And just like magic, here we are once again. And I just got to say, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Right? Happy New Year, folks. Thanks for joining me here. As always, I'm your host, David Burrows, for the show. And a little casual this week. Nothing really. Well, it's going to be a little crazy. Actually, it's probably going to be a little comedy, little funness, a little unexpectedness. And we've got some people locally here in Sarnia-Lambton joining us. And some of my friends from all over the world in the planet are going to be popping in. And what? Who doesn't like my jacket? Who said that? I can hear somebody out there saying that. Might have been one of my guests. Just saying. We'll point that out shortly. But welcome to the show and Happy New Year. We're going to be talking about a review of this year's things that happened in Sarnia-Lambton, and to our guests that are going to be joining. And do you make New Year's resolutions? I don't. I'll just say it right now. But I'd be curious to know who does. And maybe I do, but I've already broken them. I don't know. But we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be nice and casual, other than the guy with the tie here. You know, it's just, I've been looking forward to wearing my new jacket that we bought down in Lafayette, Louisiana, which one of my guests who lives there is joining us here today. So looking forward to that. First, a couple of quick things. So I just got to give a shout out to the Sarnia Sting. Congratulations. They won again. Not for any lack of excitement, I'll tell you that. As the Sarnia Sting were leading 3-1 in the Battle of the 402 against the London Knights, all the way through the first period, and the second period ended at 3-1. When you're feeling like things are locked in, it's not always true. The London Knights came back and tied things up very quickly in the third period, making it 3-3. Then it was 4-3. Then it was 4-4, tying things up. And Sean Josling with an amazing overtime goal, of course, finishing off for the Sting at 5-4. They won the other day as well over Owen Sound Attack. Final score there 7-3. And coming up, in about 25 minutes, they're down in London today, hopefully for another strong win against the London Knights, fighting for position now in the Western Conference, as this is about the time when positioning starts to really matter when you get close to the playoffs. So we'll see what happens today. Good luck and congratulations to the Sarnia Sting. If you still don't have anything to do, the Gypsy Flats will be down at Lizard's Bar and Grill tonight. Tickets for that are $20 with, they're going to have some goodies and stuff for you. And the Gypsy Flats, they're fantastic. Very eclectic sound, playing oldies, newies, and in the middleies. Anyway, they play everything, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that's happened down at Lizard's Bar and Grill. Also, I'm really getting excited for this. If you haven't got your tickets yet, get them. You'll be able to get them come Wednesday again at different locations, or you can go down to Preferred Towing on Indian Road South there. Of course, stars of Heavy Rescue 401 and Season 3 coming out. And we have got 2 episodes that you will not see anywhere else in the world unless you were at the Donny Club on January the 12th. I've already started editing the special Heavy Rescue video that's been sent to me. Very exciting stuff. And thanks to their friends Lugnuts for title sponsors of that. This is a fundraiser, once again, the third year for it, as Gary and Tammy Vandenhoeve from Preferred Towing purchased the old ABC Daycare Center here on London Road in Sarnia and turning it into a transitional housing for youth. Say that 5 times fast. And something very much needed here in our community to what already exists here with agencies, and also something very special to Gary and Tammy in particular, and we'll share that coming up. I'm very excited to be their MC once again. Again, January the 12th, $30. It's going to be food and stuff at the Donny Club, and you will see the 3rd season of Heavy Rescue 401, the first 2 episodes before anybody else sees it on the Discovery Channel coming up. So excited for that. And I don't think we're going to see it at that, but I will say my son and I, Jason, are in one of the episodes of Heavy Rescue 401. So we're pretty excited. He's pretty excited about it too. I am too. It might only be like 15 seconds, but still we're there, right? Saying hello to our friends that are watching out there right now. Who's watching right now? Ronnie Fraser says Happy New Year's. Thanks, Ronnie. Happy New Year back to you. And where's our friend? Oh, Corinder is joining us as well. Happy New Year. He's been live probably on Twitch as well all day. So thanks to everybody who's watching. If you do want to watch, I have already, or if you want to join us on camera, I've already posted a link in the comments below that you can click on, and we'll bring you into a private lobby here on the show, and you can join us and say hello to our guests and tell us about your new year, right? We're just going to have an open mic, I guess, if you will, here today. So looking forward to everybody that's going to join us here. And right now, we've got some of the folks in the lobby. So let's see who's ready here. We got Brian, we got Eldridge, and yeah, John, we can, whoops. No, I don't want that. Here I'm producing and clicking. I need help, folks. Yes, we know, David. All right, there's Brian White, John Hollingsworth, and Eldridge, a.k.a. Alfonso. Thanks for being here.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for having us.
Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to stop on, because I know that everybody's busy this time of year and on this day. Brian, let's start with you. Do you have plans for tonight that you can share?
Yeah, no, that's really personal, Dave. I can't believe you asked me that.
Okay, Alfonso, on to you.
I asked you about your jacket there. Sorry, that's John's.
No, don't pin that on me.
So, no, you know what? I'm just chilling out tonight. I'm hanging out. I tend not to do a whole lot on New Year's Eve. I'm usually tired by this time, and to be honest with you, I'm just going to sit around with my family, minus one. My daughter actually has plans, and we're not worth her time. So the three of us are going to chill out. Maybe some folks will drop by. But other than that, as I often do on New Year's Eve, if I'm in town, I'll be available for people if they need rides.
Cool.
Otherwise, just hanging out and relaxing. You know, the year's busy enough. I don't need to stack my New Year's Eves.
Isn't it funny how New Year's Eve and parties and stuff change as we get older?
Yeah, it's funny. Even in the throes of my wilder days, New Year's Eve I always thought was for amateurs anyway. So I think it started off for me as working. I always worked in the hospitality industry, like from the age 14 until my early 20s, and so it was just another work day. So I never really got in the habit of making New Year's Eve a thing.
Yeah, I always me too. Like I don't know, entertainment bar business for 25 years, right? So I was always the entertainment. I was the guy. I had to work.
Yeah.
So it didn't. It was just another paid work day for me. So
yeah.
Alfonso, you're in Lafayette, Louisiana.
That's right.
Where it's warm.
Always warm. Actually, too warm. Actually, we would like to have some snow here and there.
What's it like? 20 degrees there right now?
Well, right now it's 62, and it was like 70 degrees on Christmas, and it just fluctuates. But then yesterday it was like 20 degrees. It's a very bipolar weather system.
Bipolar weather system. That's a good way to put it. Well, it was 20 degrees when we were there. For those of you watching who don't know, my son Jason and Alfonso have become great online friends over the last 7 years. And for Jason's graduation, we surprised him, and we drove him all the way down 1,500 miles to Lafayette, Louisiana, so they could both meet in person. And we made it a road trip. We did a lot of cool stuff along the way, but it was 20 degrees when we left. It's like we're leaving to go home, and now you're 20 degrees. The cold Canada.
It happens, man. It's something that we've gotten used to, but we really actually don't like it. But we got to do it.
All right. Well, John Hollingsworth, moving on to you right now, sir. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year to you, bud. And I happen to like the jacket, no matter what Brian says.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. I'm really sorry. Just to interrupt. You're like way out of sync.
I'm out of sync?
Yeah. Say something.
Something.
I'm gonna refresh. Everybody talk about me for a minute while I'm not there.
Okay. Isn't that a classy jacket he's got?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. It's good stuff.
It's actually one of the best jackets I've ever seen.
By the way, Brian, there's a can of fish at my house that I have to bring over to your house.
Oh yeah.
Soon.
Is it-
My wife is reminding me that it does not belong in my house.
So it's growing, is it? It's running out of space.
You know what? It's still in the box. I haven't even opened it up, so it's probably not growing. I'm sure it's fine.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. The Stinky Fish Challenge. I'm not sure why I said I'm looking forward to it, but I am.
That's the kind of guy you are. You're adventurous. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Burrows is one of our guests today.
Welcome, Alfonso. If I gotta
still
get you to
don't see
refresh because your picture's
Is it my
gone.
turn to refresh?
Okay.
Yeah, everybody refresh.
Okay. We'll do that.
We're off to a great start,
All right,
folks.
yeah, 'cause
That's all
everybody else-
good.
It's just that John guy that
Alfonso's
messed everything up from the start.
All right. See you on the other side.
There you
Okay.
go. All right,
And we're
how's
gonna
that?
find. Okay, there we go.
How do I
There we
look?
go.
You look.
It looks so good.
Thanks.
All right, it's good. All right, well, we got rid of the politician. Oh, he's back.
Dang!
Zing.
Did you just say that?
No, I did not. Say what? You didn't hear anything.
Must have been the lag. It must have been.
Must have been. It totally was.
Someone
I
else
was
said that.
playing ventriloquist. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's good to have everyone back.
So, John, let's start with you first. I know, you've had a really a great year with the Fidgets and stuff, the comedy group that you're with.
Yep.
But before we reviewed all of that, just tell everybody the exciting news that you just recently come across.
Yeah, we're very pumped about it. We got a letter from Nashville, from a company in Nashville that works with Netflix and Amazon Prime, and they want the rights to distribute Fidgets entertainment to the streaming services. So it's very exciting. It's crazy. It's 11 years in the making, so we're pumped about this. It's kind of a chance of a lifetime. So we're gonna see how far we can take it.
Yeah, well, that's very exciting. So that means we'll be able to click on our TV on Amazon Prime or Netflix and see you and the other faces of the Fidgets. That's just and you're going to get paid for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So-
important.
That's important too. So I mean, they're very. It's a good company that we're considering working with, and they said you're not going to make $1 million off this, but you're going to gain credibility, and you are going to get paid for it, and you'll get more bookings out of it, and it's good for your business. So the next step is we're going on tour out west in February. We're going to bring a crew out with us to record everything. And then when we come back, we'll get everything all edited up and packaged up. So we'll have it, packaged in a couple ways. We'll do episodes, but we'll also have, a special and see which one they want.
Yeah, good for you. I know you sent out a bit of a media release, and I was on that, and I read that, and I got not all the way through it, and I was so excited for you.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow, is this really happening, right? Because it's because myself included, and many here that have joined us understand the sweat equity sometimes that you put into things before you see any of the reward of it.
Yeah.
And then when it comes
Dave,
across, you're like, yeah.
Dave, I got to tell you, watching you build the show from just this crazy idea to something that people actually depend on in Sarnia-Lambton, and for not just a source of what's happening, but a source of connection. I mean, you built something amazing, man, and I know I appreciate it. I know the Fidgets appreciate it because you're like the first guy to say, hey, let me cover that for you. Let me help you get that out there, and that's amazing, and that's what Sarnia is all about. And I know. I mean, you look at a guy like Brian White. I've never come up with an idea that Brian White has said no to. He's a yes guy. He's like, yeah, let's do this. This could be fun. This could be interesting. This could help somebody. Like Brian's got I mean, his head's swelling right now like crazy, but Brian is an amazing guy to partner with. In coming up in May, we're going to do the Stinky Fish Challenge with him, and that's going to be an amazing fundraiser for the End of the Good Shepherd.
Yeah, well, you're right, and thank you for the kind words. I do appreciate it. It's nice to know at least one person's watching. I do appreciate that, and I'm grateful because the community we live in, so it's always been so good to me. I've always lived here. I never left. I went away one summer. It was a lot of fun, but it didn't work out. But I've lived here all my life, never gone away. I never saw any reason to.
Yeah.
Not only do I get to do what I love for a living, because this is my full-time life now, it's my way of being able to take my resources, collect them into one spot, and give that back out to the community. So it's sort of come full circle for me. So thanks for that. Yeah. And Brian is definitely, he's a yes man. But even, and sometimes he has to say no, but when he does, he feels really bad.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? It's really weird, John. I have no idea what you said about me, and you can just hold that over my head all you want. My screen completely froze up as soon as you said it, and Brian White, and then it just froze, and I went, really? Wow. So I can only imagine what you said, but I'm definitely a yes man, and except when somebody asks me if the fidgets are any good. Then I say absolutely. So there you go.
Nice.
I always say my friends stab in the front, everybody else stabs in the back.
Yeah, that's right.
Alfonso, what's the year like been for you? I know, like you. So for those of you who don't know, Alfonso Peterman has his own YouTube channel. Has for about 8 or 9 years now.
Nice.
Talking about Transformers and become quite successful, and that's how him and my son met. So it's been quite a year for you, Alfonso.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's been a ride, man. I mean, from the beginning of the year, it was actually pretty easy going. It was pretty smooth, and then it started just getting crazy near the end. I mean, but it was delightful and also a learning process. So I mean, I like it. I went to Dallas, Texas for the first time in June, and that was awesome because that was something I've been wanting to do. And then I graduated college a couple of weeks ago. And I got hired on one of the news stations that I've actually been eyeing for years. I actually found a video clip I made years ago of me pretending to be a meteorologist. And then I ended up getting hired at the same news station years later of the one I've been dreaming about. So it's been a good year. You know, it's been a lot of, ups and downs, but overall, I mean, it's been a learning experience, but it's definitely been a ride. I would definitely say that. And of course, you guys sealed it when you came down. So,
yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it as the highlight of your year.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, actually, you're gonna take. You guys can take the crown for that.
Yeah, fantastic.
That was great. So
I know Jason. I know Jason's out there watching.
Yeah,
Jason, I sent you the link, Jason. If you want to come in and join us on camera, you can. And yeah, John, you're gonna have to refresh, buddy, because you're like not there anymore. That's a real pretty picture.
He's been hacked.
Refresh.
Crazy.
He's been hacked.
Do you know what the problem is? Is everybody in this area is on their internet today because nobody's working, so they're all at home playing. So everybody's sucking the bandwidth.
Yep.
Well, then they have no excuse not to be joining us here, Dave.
That's right. Brian, it's been a great year for you with some frustrations, knowing, what you've been involved with publicly anyway. But overall, define up your year for us here in Sarnia.
Adventurous, really. I think, I take the frustrations out of it when I look back and reflect. I mean, I have to learn from those things, and I tend to do that in the moment, and I don't carry them with me to a day like today. So that's my growth, and those moments certainly help provide stability as I go on and experience new things that require those skills. This year's been great, man. I broke my arm in a wrestling ring one night, and the very next night, and the very next night I won Dancing with the Stars. I mean,
Yeah.
that weekend alone really sums up what a cool year it's been. But I mean, I've had a lot of challenges personally, obviously with my family, and so I continue to own children.
Oh, we lost him again. He's having a hard
That's
time.
it. He's being hacked.
He's back. I got Jason in the lobby here too, but we'll come back. Go ahead. Sorry, continue on there, Brian.
Okay, yeah.
No, but you broke your arm, but wasn't that the year before?
No, that was January 19th. So I started the year off with a cast, pretty much. And
yeah, that's right. No, it was okay. Sorry, I got confused.
Yeah, I mean, with the lead up to it, certainly started the year before, but same with all of the training and the practice for the dancing. But that was a way to start off my year that I never could have imagined.
Good for you.
But what's cool about that is obviously, and I got reelected in a really strange election where not many people did. So
strange is a good way to put it.
And I put myself out there with you, as you know, and experience those feelings live on your show. As the talents came in. So, but you know, overall, it's been a year where I feel that people have put their trust in me in different ways. They've reached out to me and allowed me to be a part of their lives in different ways. So whether that was the Alzheimer's Society and the group that put on Dancing with the Stars, whether it's a couple of pro wrestling companies who, for whatever reason, thought it'd be a fun idea to have me participate, and lots of other organizations in between. And of course, getting a chance to, you know, work with John as we planned the Stinky Fish Challenge, which we've delayed a little bit. But that's the kind of year it's been for me. Again, just interacting with people and being a part of the community at all sorts of levels. That's politics aside, right? Yeah,
for sure. Well, and I know one of the things I always liked about you as a politician, quite honestly, is you're genuine. And what I mean by that is, like, I run into you and I go to a lot of the same events together. And, you know, we always have our little conversations and stuff. And there's many a time I know that, you know, you could have been with family, but you chose to go, no, I need to be over here because this is I need to be involved with this. So I know the sacrifices that you make are genuine to the community. So I for one, appreciate that. I voted for you, Brian. So I think it's great to have that genuine person around in our community doing things, whether you're a politician or whatever you do. So I'm always grateful for people like you for that.
Thanks, Dave.
John's moving around there. What are you up to?
I think he's going pee. I'm a little concerned about what's about to happen.
I don't know.
I'm just in the bathroom, guys. Don't worry about it.
Right. This family day. Family day.
I thought the Fidgets were a family organization here.
I thought there were some morals in there, but
family friendly. No, I want to make sure I can get the strongest signal, but it's the same everywhere. So even in the bathroom, it's the same signal.
Well, at least you're a little more sexy in the bathroom. Wow.
Brian, did you ever notice that everyone after the guy?
I wasn't desperate for guests this week. I'm sorry, folks.
Everyone says, "Oh yeah, I voted for you." Yeah, sure you did. Sure you did.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I've already counted 12,000 something of those votes, so I'm already at 4,000 iffies. I'm like,
yeah, right.
At least 4,000 people have been lying to me, but that's okay.
Well, you can piss off 2/3 of the population and still win.
I know.
I never understood that.
Yeah,
the best part of the category I'm into is that even fourth place is a win. So really, I don't have to be that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's
exactly.
If I was going to run, I'd run for county council.
I really appreciate it, Brian, how there's a couple groups like Vocalize Sarnia and I forget what the other one is, Sarnia Unofficial or something like that. But they're bringing up questions and some of them were kind of rude, but like you jumped in and you had no problems with being the honest guy and saying, you know, just confronting and saying, look, no, this, you know, that's wrong. This is right. Here's, as far as I know, this is what it is. Like, that's some impressive communicating.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've definitely put a lot of thought into those moments. Sometimes
Not
I know
easy.
and when my filter's thin, which it often gets to be at times,
No.
I'm very careful and maybe shy away. Yeah, like when we're in the lobby talking about Dave's jacket.
Yeah, nice.
But as we said, Dave, John and I for sure, and I'm sure Eldridge feels the same way. We're there for you, and no matter what Jennifer dresses you in, we will support you.
Nice. I like
Wow. He's looking for something to throw at us.
it.
No, I'm just gonna play with my Rubik's cube here while you guys talk on the show.
It's a stress release valve.
I don't have my squishy ball.
Yeah, that's his. That's his stress ball.
Hey, whatever you say about me is none of my business anyway.
Oh,
That's
okay, well, that's fair.
I like it.
You know, the tough part I'm going to have right now is I've got to drop one of you out, and I've sort of been trying to decide between John and Brian based on what they've been saying to me here. And
That's all good. You gonna bring your son on?
I am, and I'm torn because, well, I really want to get rid of John because he didn't sound sincere enough when he said he liked my coat.
You know what? That's fine. Brian is a much better looking guest as well, and I mean, you got to raise the bar as much as you can.
Well, you
right?
get no argument here from this side of the microphone.
Anyways, David, thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
Oh, you can stay. I'm just putting you back in the lobby for a minute, or do you have to go?
I should get going. That's fine.
Okay, fine. Bye. John, I do appreciate you stopping in. And of course, all kidding aside, I'm super proud of you and the Fidgets. Give them my best. Give them a kiss and a hug for me as well.
You know I will.
And you and I are overdue to get together for lunch or something and just beat up on each other for nothing.
I love that. All right, buddy. Thanks a lot.
It was nice meeting you, John.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, he's gone. Now, just because he's gone doesn't mean he's still not watching on Facebook. So careful what you say about John. But congratulations to the Fidgets, John Hollingsworth and his buddies there. That's exciting. And I know John sort of promised to come back. I don't know if he'll ever come back again, but we'll see. Jason's in the lobby, in the studio. I don't know what he's doing on his phone. But here comes the BOY.
Oh, wow.
Jason, my son, how are you?
Oh, I can't hear you guys.
You can't hear me.
Look at him. Look at him.
I thought I taught you better.
I can't hear any of you.
Can't hear.
You know, it'd be really helpful if there's like a big gearbox that says settings and can.
There is. There is when you join.
You know, change the thing to make this thing work. And
there is, but you can't hear me.
Well, now that he can't hear us, I got to tell you, Jason was a radical.
No joke, I can't hear any of you.
Hang on, watch this. Watch this. Jason, come here.
In the same house.
Come here.
That's great. No, that's actually great.
Yeah, if only tech support was that close most days, right?
Really?
Right?
Right. Okay. So when you come into the broadcast, there'll be a little gear icon right there. You can pick your microphone and your sound.
That's next level customer service right there. I like it. I like it.
Fantastic. Brian, do you make New Year's resolutions?
No. No, I live one day at a time, so I don't have the forethought to project to next October or December. I just try to wake up and live today as though it's going to be my best day, and even if it's my worst day, just find a way to get to sleep and wake up the next day and try and cope with it as a brand new experience. So. That doesn't mean I don't think long term, but they're general concepts. So no, I don't. But personal wellness is always a goal of mine. I try to achieve that every day to certain degrees of success.
Yeah. So you set goals all year then, basically.
Yeah, especially in the world that I exist in. Politics is a thing where I do have to project a few years down the road, and so I guess, if I were going to call it a resolution, my resolution is to start off in January with the new council at Lambton County and with the new council at Sarnia to just bring forward some newer ideas to tackle some of the bigger issues that I've been learning about over the last few years with the experience I've had, and to just hit the ground running and try and get some consensus on some critical things. So I guess that's a resolution, but that sounds more like a political speech to me. So,
well, it's kind of hard to avoid talking about that. I mean, that's what you're doing, right? So, this new council is very eclectic, I would say. I think there was a lot of surprises from people. And, I mean, in the position you're in and the position that anybody is sitting on that council, whether you're on council, your county, whether you're the mayor, and even the folks, the staff of the city that are sitting there at all the council meetings. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of different personalities in the room, and you just have to figure a way to get along, right? I mean, because the greater good is for the community, right? But would you say that's probably the biggest challenge sitting where you do, or are there bigger challenges in just dealing with the personalities?
Yeah, I think there are bigger challenges and personalities. I think, again, part of me living, a philosophy of one day at a time allows me to put principles before personalities, and
right.
And that's what I have to focus on, because I can't change people. I will debate respectfully to change their minds if necessary, as much as I will also open my mind to have it changed myself. So I try not to worry about personalities as much as possible. It's like when we were joking about your jacket, right? Well, what other people think of me is none of my business. I agree with that concept. So I can't put that much weight in who other people are. What I can do is, again, wake up today and say, these are the people that I have to work with. It was not necessarily my decision to work with any of them, just like it wasn't my decision to be put in this role. I chose to seek it, but I didn't choose to get the job necessarily. That was somebody else's decision. So I'm open-minded enough to work with whoever, and I'm okay with the direction we're going right now. We have a lot of challenges, unique stuff that nobody else would maybe want to have to deal with. And I'm not saying I want to have to deal with them either, but it's my job and I accept that. And I'm here to work with whoever. And I think we have a group of people, especially at the city. I haven't experienced as much yet at the county, but at the city, with basically 3 of us out of 9 who've been there before. I'm surprised that there's as much independent thinking as there is already. Usually it takes a little bit more time to get your feet on the ground, but I'm seeing good things, and I'm seeing a will amongst the members to obviously seek advice, but also to think for themselves and to assert their opinions very early on, which I think is healthy. I think that's a good sign. So
I agree.
I think we'll be able to move on, and that's what everybody wants us to do. That's why I talk about some of those bigger ticket items now, because I think we'll have the freedom and the flexibility to expand our vision beyond the next 4 years. We won't be stuck in what other people want us to be stuck in. I'll say.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, congratulations to you on that. And I sort of have the inside scoop on your emotion when the election came out, because we were sitting right beside each other. And I felt bad for you because you were only supposed to sit with me for about 15, 20 minutes. And then, of course, things were delayed, and you sat with me for like the whole hour, almost another hour. Oh, we lost him. Anyway, Brian sat with me. We were broadcasting live from City Council. There he's back. I was just saying, Brian, I felt bad because you were only supposed to be with me for 15, 20 minutes, but then you end up sitting with for like an hour and a half as we waited. And I know looking out into the crowd and saw your wife out there with obvious love and support. And then when it came in that you were in, that was like, you even still felt like you had to sit there with me. And it was like, go, go give your wife a hug and a kiss and go. And I know you were emotional at the time, understandably, because you've worked very hard. And there's a lot of stress and frustrations and whatever. So very happy that I appreciated you sitting there with me because I had to kill time.
Thanks. It was great. Actually, it was a lot of fun. Strangely enough, it was a lot of fun. But at least it gave me that opportunity to pull myself out of my own self for a little while and to try and help decipher some of the realities that we were dealing with that night. But plus, we also had a lot of fun. Man. Yeah,
we did. Well, and that's what I like about what I do. I'm not really the news guy, right? I like to just be kind of just honest and neutral about what's going on, and everybody has their opinion, and they're all entitled to it. Even if I think theirs is wrong, that's fine, or they think mine's wrong. You can have your opinion as long as you understand yours is wrong. That's okay. No, but seriously, it's everybody's allowed to have their opinion, their thoughts. So, you know me, I like the positive stuff. So that's good. What before I move on to Alfonso and Jason here, so what moving forward now into the new year, predictions for yourself and or for the city, or what do you want to kind of closing remarks do you want to say? Or I know you got to get going here, so
yeah, thank you. I think what we're going to see in a broader context is more healthy discussion on issues that affect everybody. Maybe less directly, but in the broad concept of how it impacts our community. So what I mean is we've been talking about mental health for a lot of years. We've been talking about addictions for a lot of years. But what I think we're going to finally start to see, if I have anything to do with it, is more direct, detailed conversations about that stuff and accepting people as being in need, whether or not they're committing offenses. And I know they have to be dealt with accordingly, but I think what we're going to start to see is some of that compassion that a lot of people have for those who are struggling in different ways and are basically stuck in a cycle of poverty. I think some of those conversations are coming to the forefront now. We're already seeing articles on the homeless issue. We're seeing a housing crisis finally starting to be discussed. And again, that's stuff I was talking about before. And whether or not we could have avoided where we are today, here's where we are. And we need to work together to fix it. So I think the conversation is going to be a compassionate one. And the city will start to heal and come together because the time it's unavoidable. The time is now that we deal with other issues that, like I said, they affect all of us one way or another. Whether or not it's my mom who's struggling to find a house, I can project that someday she may be struggling to find an affordable place to live in retirement, or whether it's a cousin or a friend's son or daughter who is stealing copper from homes or whatever it is that they're doing. It affects us all, or whether we've been victimized by a break-in. We've all been there. We know somebody who's been affected directly. And I think we're starting to move towards a more compassionate response, which I think is good. So I think the city will start to heal through compassion in a genuine interest to make things better for those folks.
Well, Brian, again, I'm happy that you're there representing our city and county. So thanks for that. And thanks to you. And honestly, thanks to your family for allowing you and supporting you to do what you do. Because I know there's a lot of discussions about that too. And always know, my friend, that my microphone, my camera is always open. If it's positive, don't ever be afraid to reach out to me so we can help get whatever we need to get out there. Positive, push it out there. Happy New Year to you and your family.
Happy New Year to you and to everybody watching, and Jason and Eldridge, all the best.
Thank you very much. I love your fireplace. I love your fireplace. It's awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks.
It's nice. Happy New Year.
All right. City County Councilor Brian White's taking the time to join us here. Grateful for his time. And I always enjoy talking with him. And we like to connect often. We don't get together as often as we'd like, but we do make the effort, and that's good. Boy, here's two young fellas. Jason, can you hear me?
Hi.
Oh, so you can hear me saying things about you now.
Sorry, what?
Y'all are great, man. Y'all two are.
He's his father's son. There's no about it.
y'all are the best.
Well, you guys had a lot of fun recently, and actually, Jennifer and I got down there with you. We had a lot of fun too. There were some tense moments on the way down and on the way back, just because of the driving. Jason can attest to that, but we're still. I dropped my ears. But
you dropped your ears.
Jennifer and I are still married. So that was we even said before we came down, well, this will be the test if we stay married or not.
I'm proud of both of you.
Jason's son, all seriousness, I know you were really excited to get down there. We had some fun as a family as well too, but the ultimate goal was to get you down there to meet your friend of 7 years, Alfonso. What was the experience getting down there? What was the whole experience like for you?
I had great difficulty keeping it together and trying not to freak out the moment I saw him.
Yeah.
Because it's really awesome. I honestly never really thought this was going to happen until I never really expected it to happen because he's so far away and stuff.
Yeah.
I just still can't believe it.
Yeah, I can't believe it. When you guys said you were coming down, I was like, oh, that's great. I love it. And then when you guys said, hey, we're at the hotel, that's when it clicked. I was like, holy crap, these people are here. These people are here in another country. So it was a very surreal moment for all of us, I think. That just goes to show you the power of YouTube, the power of influencers. It's
yeah.
So
was it actually I'm going to I got a video going here, but I got to stop it. Let's show the video.
Oh, nice.
You guys, let's show the video of you guys meeting.
Okay.
Oh God.
I'm down for that.
Oh God.
You'll be okay, son.
I'll be okay.
I think this is it here. Let's get the sound going. I'm self-producing today, so
I like it.
There we go.
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you, buddy. Nice seeing you, man. Nice seeing you. Hey, Mr. David.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hello, Miss
going?
Jennifer.
And you're the
Hello,
cameraman.
How you doing?
I'm the cameraman.
Nice to meet you. Well, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Hello, Alfonso Nation.
You guys, you're from Canada.
Yeah.
That's
1,500 miles. And we didn't kill each other.
No. And everyone's still
Jason,
alive.
man.
Hi.
Man.
I gotta give you another.
Come on, man. What's going on, buddy?
That's so awesome.
Been all right?
I'm all right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You're probably like, what is going on?
Yeah, there's a good memory. And the girl behind the front desk actually recognized you, Alfonso. She's like, "Aren't you a YouTube vlogger?"
Yeah, and I've never seen her before, but that's something that happens all throughout the town. Just like, hey, you make those videos. I'm like, yes. First of all, nice to meet you, because I've never seen you before. But they see me around. I'm always like in stores. I'm always around. So I assume people just kind of like put two and two together, and then I guess,
It's good to be recognized. It's flattering, right? I was going to ask you, when you go into a store with your video camera, do you ask the store, is it okay to do this, or do you just go in and do it, or like?
In a lot of situations, if it's a store that I'm going to be going to a lot, I always do ask permission because they're going to be seeing me often, and then I don't want that to raise any flags. Like it's like Toys R Us. When Toys R Us was open in the United States, I would give manager permission, and they would allow me to film in the parking lots and in the stores, and they just, as long as I don't film certain people, just making sure I film the material and obviously speak positively about the material I was covering. But yeah, it's usually like with Walmarts, I usually don't. I just walk in, and they don't really bother me because I'm not really like causing any disturbance. I try to keep the camera low and just respect people. And if there's people shopping, I'm not going to barge into an aisle and like, yo guys, I'm going to kind of finish shopping, clear the aisle, and then I'll go in. So they kind of see what I do, and they've been probably monitoring me a lot. So they were like, well, this guy's not doing anything wrong. So it's been pretty good so far.
So Jason, back over to you. You saw that video there, which I don't know, that video's already gotten over 1,000 views since we posted it last week, and people were, we posted our trip on the way down and what we did, and our community right here was knowing the story, and they were all excited for you guys. Was there a point at all where you thought maybe this isn't really going to happen, or like mom and dad might go, well, we can't do it, or like what convinced you that this was going to happen, I guess?
The moment you said yes.
Yeah. It's nice to know your son believes you.
And when you gave me that graduation card saying that we're going to see Alfonso, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because we had planned to go once before, and then we just weren't able to pull it off, right? And trust me, there's nothing worse in a father or a parent's heart when you want to do something for your children, and then you just, I can't, it's not affordable or whatever. So for me and Jennifer, the experience was awesome because we did a lot of fun things together as a family. But when I stood there and Alfonso came in and I saw the look on both your faces, I was so proud because not only had I seen the impact that Alfonso had had on you over 7 years, and then, of course, even most recently in the last year or two, I saw the impact that you had on Alfonso as well. And with all so many things, just watch CNN and learn about all the bad things. It was just nice to see two young people from different countries, different parts of the world, different culture, a whole lot of different, but a lot of the same, right? Just meeting and just being happy to meet another great person. That for me was the emotional side of it.
Yeah, no, it was really sentimental in every way. I've seen videos of YouTubers, going to like events, maybe like VidCon, and I've seen people go to book tours. Like if a YouTuber releases a book, and maybe they meet fans there, but I've never seen a fan travel across the world just to meet and spend time with the YouTubers. That was a very special reverse case that never really clicked in until I walked into the hotel. Yeah.
and like you say, I like you a reverse case because you're yourself how impactful you are on your viewers, but maybe you didn't realize just to what extent.
Right.
And I often talk about impact in some of my talks that I give. I always talk about impact, and oftentimes the impact we have, I mean, in this case, you knew each other, but the impact you have are on people you don't even know. And you may never know that you impacted them somehow.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, right? Because you have a lot of power in your YouTube videos, right? So you have to be responsible about that as a broadcaster. Right down to asking permission to go in the store, respecting other people, all that stuff. So did you ever think that you would see that kind of an impact, or did you were just going about your business and just being you and Mr. Positive, and hopefully you did impact somebody?
I'll be honest, impact actually never clicked into my mind. I mean, I always wanted to do what I enjoyed. It was the reason why I started YouTube, is because I just wanted to talk about something that my family wasn't really interested in. I mean, I know that my family kind of liked Transformers. It was a thing that they kind of enjoyed, but it wasn't something that they were like big fans of. They were not enamored by the Transformers franchise as I was. So I just wanted to go and find a platform where I can just talk about it, meet other people who like the same thing, have similar interests, and just have a great time, and then just enjoy. And that's what I've done for the past few years. It was started with a television show called Transformers Prime, and then the Michael Bay Transformers movies came out, and then that became more on the larger world scale, and then the franchise began to grow, and then it became more popular, and with it, the channel, became more popular, and people started to be drawn to the content that I made. So it definitely something that I just started out to do because I just like doing it. But then when I started getting messages like from people saying how like they were suicidal, and then like my jokes and then my reactions made them laugh and made them feel better, things like that. And then like meeting people online, and I met some people in person before who ran into me, just things like that. I was like, wow, these people really not only enjoy the content, but they have so much value from it. And that to me is what motivates me to keep going, because not only, I mean, now I feel a responsibility, I need to keep going because this is making a positive impact in many people's lives. And I want to grow and see how far I can go with this. And it was one of the all inspiring moments, like the in-person reality check of how beneficial this was for both of us. So
yeah. Well, that's powerful stuff. Jason, what's the impact been on you? Is there anything that maybe, I know you kind of talked a little bit to me about, you got kind of a little more inspired to stream more and stream regularly. You have a Twitch channel, right?
Yep.
So is that something you're going to do more of? Is that
Yes, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
he is the king. He's a fountain of one word statements. I love it. Yep.
He is.
Sometimes
Well, there's
I
other
laugh,
times.
sometimes I
There's
don't
other
talk to them.
What's the Twitch channel?
Type elite. Nah, he remembered.
Type _, right?
Yep. Now you type the word type. And
It's on
yeah, there you go. Right.
Yeah, no, it's I encourage Jason to do anything that he enjoys. Just make sure whatever you do, you like it. And I always tell people this too as well. Whatever you like doing, whatever you decide to do, be the best at it. And that's because whatever market you're in is going to be competitive. I mean, and if you want to succeed and go far in anything you do, you have to strive to be the best. There's a lot of Twitch streamers, but there's not a lot of Jason Twitch streamers, and so he needs to find that unique element and then just thrive on it. I'm serious, because I've seen people they make like a killing on Twitch and they earn so much bits and they have fun while they're doing it. It's like you can literally like nowadays play a game and then earn a killing from just playing games. But it's not only just playing games anymore. It became a lifestyle, became a culture actually. So I'm a gamer myself, but I'm not a gamer to the point to where I would make it a career, but there's people that do it. For those people, that's a good market to go in. So
the nice thing is though, don't count yourself out, because Twitch has changed a lot where they've opened, it's not just for gamers anymore.
Yeah, true.
They have talk shows and podcasts. Like, honestly, and I'm not telling you what to do by any means, but if I were you, I'd be creating a channel on Twitch and just doing the talk shows and podcasts, or the just chatting and talk about Transformers.
Yeah.
I think you're really missing an opportunity if you don't do that. Yeah. And you can still do YouTube, right? Like, I still do my Facebook show, but everything new I've added is all on Twitch. And I enjoy playing games because they're fun to pick the ones you like, but I'm not dedicated to them. I enjoy when Jason and I, self-plug here. So starting back up in January 7th, Monday nights we do Father versus Son. We're not doing it tonight because of the holidays, but Father versus Son. And it's fun because, when I was a kid, you always tried to beat your dad at something. Well, this is me trying to beat the son at something, right? Yeah. And we have a lot of fun, and we're entertaining, and he's funny, and I try to be funny, and we have a good time for a few hours. And if anything, I get time, he gets dad time and I get son time, right? Yeah. Doing something that we can enjoy together. But my Tuesday night and Wednesday night is going to be a talk show. Yeah. That's where I'm going to be, because I'm not looking to be a full-time gamer making money playing games, because that's not what I'm completely interested in. And that's where it comes down to: do what you love, because if you're not really into what you're doing, the viewers know that. They can tell, and they'll just be like, well, he's just here for.
Yeah. And also when it gets difficult and when things start getting challenging, you get technical difficulties and, you start getting a busier schedule and you can't really do it. When things get more challenging, if you're not really like what you're doing, it's easier to drop it. But if you love it and you're committed, you're going to always stay close to it. And that's very important.
My dad's got technical difficulties for days.
But he's doing it. See? He likes what he's doing. I've had, oh my God, I have technical difficulties out of like, oh my God. Like just, I've had the entire videos I would film and then it would just like all the footage is lost. I was like, are you kidding me? Like I had days I just wanted to throw things. But
recently you forgot to record the conclusion for one of your videos.
That's right.
One of these toy hunts.
Yeah. I had switched over to a new camera, and then I was done with the toy hunt, right? Everything was good. And then I actually pressed the record. I remember I pressed record, but it didn't actually record. I didn't check to see the record. On there. So I'm there talking, all right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. And we go home. I go to edit it. It's gone. It's not even there. I'm like, are you kidding? So I had to put the same clothing on. Had to drive all the way back over there. Just to do that. And so that's just an example. Like if I didn't like this stuff, I would have quit a long time ago. It's a challenging.
Yeah, I can relate. I've done interviews and gotten home and then checked the sound when I got home and then went, "Are you kidding me?" There might have been other words in there.
That's a running joke.
And then called the person right back and said, "Can I come right back?" Fortunately, we live in a city where I can get pretty well anywhere in 15 minutes. That's hitting every red light. And they're usually pretty good. They go, yeah, okay, I'll meet you right back there. Or they say, well, I can't today, but I can again tomorrow. And then, you got to like, okay, so what did I wear? You try to reduplicate. But that's commitment to the, I think a lot of people, especially on Twitch, they go, oh, I want to be a full-time live streamer. I want to be well, yeah, okay. You like playing video games. That's great. But there's more to it than just playing video games. You have to treat it like a business. I'm sure you treat your YouTube channel like a business.
Absolutely.
And you have to plan, you have to execute, you have to review, look back, what worked, what didn't work, marketing, social media. You got to treat it as full-time as you can. I always say, treat it like a hobby, you'll make hobby money. Treat it like a business, great things can happen, right? So, and that's where I see people fail in Twitch because I'm going live. Okay, and they're playing a video game and they're going live. There's our next guest. She's finally figured it out. I'll bring her on here in just a second. But that's all a part of it, right? And I think that's what some people just think it's easy. Well, I'll just play video games and I just have to press a go live button.
Yeah.
And hopefully people show up. Well, as you know and I know, and Jason's learning too, that there's more to it. And I've tried to teach him that. I've said, okay, if you want to do this, you can, but you got to do this. You got to make sacrifices. Sometimes if the friends call and say, do you want to go out tonight? You have to say no, because I got to do my stream. And, there's sacrifice involved in that. So he's getting better at that.
Most definitely. It's literally a business. YouTube is a whole entire business. I mean, at first for me it was, it was a hobby, but now that I'm learning how to grow and I'm learning the algorithm of YouTube, I'm understanding how more business-like it can be. I mean, I've met people that literally made killings on YouTube, and it's not even about really. I mean, it's also about the career path and the impact you made. Like you just suggested, like when you guys came down, that's really the heart and soul that encapsulates what's important to being a YouTuber. So
yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to move on to our next guest, Alfonso. Thank you so much for spending time here today. Happy New Year, and thank you for the impact that you've had on my son, and quite honestly on myself as well. So I'm very grateful for you, and happy to call you a friend.
Well, happy holiday, my friend, and happy New Year's, guys.
All right. Jason, my son, thanks for joining, buddy.
Yep, no problem. I have a stream to prepare for.
You do have a stream to prepare for.
Head out too.
Okay, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Okie dokie, Smokey. Not calling you a smoker, it just rhymed.
Yeah, okay. My son Jason joining me there, along with his friend Alfonso, who we drove all the way to Louisiana to see. 3,000 miles round trip. Boy, I might kind of like my son. But anyway, it was an impactful trip for sure. We got my next guest. She got it figured out. I'm so proud of you.
I'm so sorry, David, that it took me this long to get this techno, but I actually got distracted. I'm having guests for dinner, and I was busy preparing the meal, and all of a sudden I looked at the clock and went, oh no. And then when I tried to hop on, it wasn't as easy as I thought.
Well. It smells delicious. What are we having?
We're having garlic shrimp with steak and sweet potato and a salad, and of course, wine and champagne.
Oh, wonderful. I'll be right over. It smells delicious.
Well, Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well. And I know you're busy, so I do appreciate you taking the time. I was hoping you could. You know, you and I've we've become we've created a friendship over the last, couple of years, and I've always appreciated your friendship. And you've had quite a busy year, not just personal, but like obviously as the politician. What's have you had time to reflect?
Oh yeah. I've reflected on the good things this year and the things that are not so good, but it was a good year. I got moved to the front bench this year, so that's a good thing, and promoted into the Shadow Minister of Health, which is good. And my palliative care framework, the government actually came through with a plan to get consistent access for all Canadians to palliative care. So that was awesome. And I think in terms of representing Sarnia and bringing our issues out, it's great to see the oversized load corridor starting. We haven't given up on the Sombra Ferry. Lots of funding that came our way. So lots of good things and some things to look forward to in 2019.
I know, and with that, I know you've had your frustrations. We've talked one-on-one, and of course what I read publicly or watch publicly, whatever that is. But you're not a quitter, that's for sure, and you really stand strong for what you believe in, but what your community asks you to believe in too, right? Is that how do you overcome those obstacles when you hit those frustration walls? Because there's a lot of emotion I would think attached to what you do.
Well, definitely. I mean, the things that we want to get for Sarnia-Lambton are important. And when the government doesn't have political will to do them, it's really frustrating. But the trick is perseverance. So I'm good at hunting them down and never giving up. And I think, I've got good rapport with a lot of the other MPs. And so I do think if I look at what we got as opposed to other conservative ridings, we actually have gotten quite a bit. And so, I think that's a credit to the relationships that I've been able to develop. And like you said, I'm not a quitter, so never give up.
Yeah. What about on the personal side? How's things with family and everything? You were able to have some holidays, obviously.
It was really a great relief to come home and have a bit of time off. And I got with my family. My girls came with their partners and got to go to Ohio on a road trip with my 94-year-old mother to see my brother and his family. So that was fun. And I'm going to be back in the constituency office on the 2nd of January. And then back to Ottawa on January 23rd. So it's an election year. Obviously, I've kind of tried to recoup, get some exercise, sleep well, and get ready for a big year.
So this would be a good. And you have an open door policy, do you, down at your office, so people can
absolutely.
Stop in?
People want to come see me, drop in. If you want longer than just a drop in, sometimes it's good to call ahead. 519-383-6600.
Fantastic. What and I've always appreciated that open door policy, by the way, too. I think that's important for people to be able to have access to you. And obviously you're not always immediately available, because if you're not here, obviously you can only do so much. But I know that you have a great staff there that supports you, and I know eventually you get back to everybody, which must be a task in itself.
Well, my staff is awesome, and you got to keep in mind people are contacting me through the office, but people are also contacting me through Facebook, through Messenger, through email, and texting me on my phone and whatnot. So there's a myriad of ways, and as you said, it is a challenge to kind of keep that up. But I pride myself on being responsive and making sure people get the help they need.
Yeah, well, I've never had the issue of not being able to reach you, so I appreciate that. Moving forward into the new year, what's predictions, or what do you want to see happen, for yourself personally, and then of course in the political world?
Well, of course, I'm running as the candidate for the Conservatives in 2019, so I want to get elected. I'd love to have the opportunity to represent Sarnia-Lambton again. And that said, I'd like to see a bunch of things happen next year. I'd like to see us get a resolution to the Sombre Ferry issue. We need that border crossing, and that's got to happen. I would like to see as well that we get support from the federal government for affordable housing. We've got a big issue in Sarnia with homelessness and with people not being able to find housing. So I'd like to see that happen. And then our seniors, we have an aging population. We've made great strides this year building a couple thousand long-term care beds and working on, increasing the care that's available, but we need to do more.
Yeah, I agree. And it's fantastic that you're working towards those things. And I wish you all the best in the upcoming election. I'm sure we'll see each other. I always like when we bump into each other. So,
we're going to see each other, David, and we'll be here on Facebook. Now that I got this figured out, we can do this more often.
Yeah, well, and I'll reach out to your office, and we'll schedule it all up. So even if you're in Ottawa and you got some time, we can still talk to you. And I got your Christmas card, by the way, and thank you so much. It means a lot when I receive that in mail and get that smiling face of Marilyn.
Good. I did a bit of a sassy card this year.
I love it.
I did the standard parliamentary card the first year, and then I did my family card the second year. And then this year I thought, well, why not? Let me come out. So
that's the Marilyn.
Little Santa hat and a big smile. Yeah.
All right. Well, enjoy your dinner with your family and friends tonight. I'll blow you a kiss now for the new year.
All right.
And I'll look forward to seeing
to you and your wife, and we'll see you in 2019.
Yeah. Thanks, Marilyn. Take care.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Our MP Marilyn Gladu joining us here, and she's doing in my opinion, she's doing a fantastic job. I love talking with her, and she works hard, and she is not a quitter. I'll say that. So there's my plug for Marilyn. But I wish her all the best to her and her family in 2019. I got a late bloomer here, but that's okay. She's a friend. She's sitting up all of a sudden because she saw the 3, 2, 1.
Hello. How you doing, David?
He's like, I don't know. You were falling asleep there. And then, ding, ding. I better put my professional face on.
I don't think I have one of those.
That's probably why I like it, because you're just real, right? My friend RJ Redden joining us. I miss you.
I know. Well, yeah, I was having some terrible problems, just coughing a lot, and I caught something, and then we had, Christmas hit, and I don't think I've been live in a couple of weeks. So that's a long time for me. So getting back on the horse today.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I'll say something about when you don't go live. Like, I had some people. I haven't been live on Twitch in the last couple of weeks, and I had a lot of people sending me messages saying, "I haven't seen you live. Are you okay?" And you kind of go like, "Oh, they do miss me when I'm not there." People care. And I was at a hockey game. Of course, locals that know me. I haven't seen your stream. I just wondered if everything was okay. Yeah, I'm taking a break. I got a couple weeks holiday here. So other than my weekly show, I still have never missed a week. And when we went away, I had to kind of prearrange some things, and still haven't missed 300 and I don't know, almost 400 shows or something like that. But nice. That's great that you're feeling better, because I did miss you. I was like, I haven't seen her pop up in a while, and I wonder. So, well, did you get to enjoy holidays at all?
Oh yeah, we take it slow here at the Red and Wilson household. There were movies. There's popcorn happening. Nice. I got to make stuff in my basement, which was really, really nice. I love to, I'm a left brain, right brain person. I love creativity as much as I love analytic type stuff. And Joy's here. Hey, Joy.
Oh, hey, Joy. Hey, Joy. RJ. There's a link up at the top of the description there, Joy. If you want to join us on camera, I'd love to have you here. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I got to make a lot of things over the holidays, spend a lot of time with the wife, and it was good. So I was sick during a part of it, but whatever. It was all good. It was great. Now I get to be here with you.
Do you and your wife, like, do you go to your wife's family, or what do you guys do? Do you stay home, or?
We just stay home. Her family is scattered through the eastern seaboard. And we actually did get to see somebody. We got to see one of her sisters in late November when we were there. So, her family's scattered. Mine is here. But we try to do low key holidays, and that really works for us.
And where are you exactly? I forget.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just thinking that, geez, I don't know if that wasn't on our way to Louisiana. I don't think.
Oh no. Hey, and really all there is to see here is ice at the moment. So you're not missing anything at all.
I noticed your sign in the back on the wall.
Just like yours, maybe. Check that out. That's new, isn't it?
It is. Well, we were in when we were in Lafayette visiting Alfonso. Jennifer likes to shop. So I say, okay, you're over there because I'm going to wander around. And I came across, there's actually a speaker. It's a Bluetooth speaker and that. And the light didn't really work out well for me. So I kept it off. Ooh.
See, mine changes.
Does that show up well?
That's showing up well, my friend.
Oh, so I should leave. I should have it on. It's better than off?
It's better. Well, I would love to see a little darker purple if you can possibly get that.
What does this flashy thing?
There's the flash. Nice.
But it changes color. But I don't want that.
The changing color stuff is tough. That's tough to work with.
It's so annoying. It's flashing. No.
Yeah.
So off or on white?
I think on is good.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure.
To get mine to stop flashing.
Oh, what'd you do? Oh, do you have a remote though?
I do.
Oh, see, I got the speaker, but I don't have the remote. So
yeah,
I paid $20 for that.
Yeah, this was like on Amazon.
Awesome. It's awesome. So, and I saw you, I don't know when I saw you, and then I was like, she's going to think I copied her.
Everybody's getting these nowadays. People say they stop the scroll a little bit.
Yeah. What's you've had a good year with the bots and everything, and I know you do. I do watch. I don't always say hello whenever because I find if I jump into somebody's video and I say hello, then I feel like I have to stay. And sometimes I just want to watch for a couple of minutes, see what you're doing, and then go away. So I often watch and don't say anything. That's okay. I'm okay if you stalk me, David Burrows. I'm all right with it. Hey, right you're present. That's all I need. You know. I'm often there. You've had a good busy year with the bots, the messenger bots, and I thank you for your knowledge on that. And I saw, did you just finish doing a live that there's something new with the bots? Yeah, you want to hear it? Yeah, go for it. All right. So you've always had to, there has been a way to integrate Facebook ads with messenger bots. It's been there for quite a while now. It's been there for about a year, 3 months or so, something like that. Oh. But now in ManyChat, you can directly create an ad from ManyChat. You don't have to go into your business account and mess with all of that interface is a nightmare. I just noticed it today as I was going in through the growth tools. I was like, oh, look at this. This is new. Because now if you try to go create one the old way, they say, by the way, there's this new way. Do you want to create it this new way? So not only now can you create an ad directly from the ManyChat interface, you also, they're promising better statistics. There's always been some wonkiness between the statistics from Facebook ads and the stuff in ManyChat. The ROI has never been really super nailed down because, those two programs did not talk very well. But right.
What they're promising is that they will talk well. Now, everyone out there, listen to me now. Take your horses, hold them close, because it has the little green beta tag next to it. Yes. And if there's one thing that you do not want to screw up, it is your Facebook ads account. My darlings, I speak from experience. So I went on just for a few minutes and I let everybody know that this is out there. I'm going to be doing some experiments. I'm going to get a friend of mine who does Facebook ads. Yes. You found it, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, baby. I'm going to grab a friend of mine who does Facebook ads for a living, and I'm going to run some experiments with her. Her name's Tammy Lane. She's amazing. And so I'm going to ask her. I'm going to ask her if she won't come on my show and talk a little bit about it, because the worst thing is if somebody invest, because gosh, you're investing money when you're doing Facebook ads. Most of the time when you're doing bots, you're not investing anything but, $10 a month. But Facebook ads and the possibility that something could be screwed up in there, I want a professional to come on and tell me and my people that it's going to be all right.
Well, that's good advice in itself, right? Because I've always said, like, you don't take medical advice from a lawyer and you don't take legal advice from a doctor. And I think a lot of people don't know what they don't know. And well, we all want to look smart, but it took me a while, but I finally caught on that if you surround yourself with people who are smarter than you and you listen to them, you will look great. So if you want to know about bots, folks, talk to RJ Red, because she's the pro. And if you want to, always talk to the pros, right? Because first of all, to save a lot of time of figuring it out.
Yeah.
And don't be cheap. Pay these people. They're experts for a reason. If you want to, it depends. I mean, I play around with my bots. Don't get me wrong. But I only do a very simple, announcement that we're going live or type guest. Those are the only two things I have it doing. And I know you're probably mad at me because I should be doing more.
No, hey, no. I mean, you gotta do what feels right. And if it ever becomes time, I know you'll give me a call. It's not
absolutely.
Yeah, it's not necessary that it be right for you right now. I mean, because the technological landscape out there, it's always changing. For me, I know that when people are ready to really, step into some different water, that's the time when bots will work best. So don't worry about it. Do what you're doing. What you're doing is awesome. Yeah, there's nothing to be. You can't downplay what you're doing just because you're not doing everything. Heck, I ain't doing everything.
Yeah, no kidding. I know you're not mad at me. I just you probably know I could be doing more, but I will get there. You've moved into the Twitch world as well, have you? Did I see that you're being featured upcoming, or were featured on Be Live?
On Be Live, yeah. That was
that
like
on their channel?
Yeah. Not on a panel or anything. They just they posted about me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's cool though.
It's super cool. I didn't
Nice
even know that they had done that. Here's my dilemma. And you know it, David. You know it, David Burrows.
You need me to join you on your show?
Clearly. And you have to wear that jacket. You have to.
Do you like the jacket? Or are you being sarcastic like the rest of my friends?
I'm being sarcastic like the rest of your friends.
I love my jacket. I didn't even buy it. My wife bought it when we were in Lafayette.
Nice.
And she knows I like a little outrageous once in a while. So I don't know if you can see how well the camera, but there's pink in there.
There's some pink in there, baby. I see that from here.
I'm clearly comfortable with my pink side.
Absolutely.
I have blue and light blue. There's white in there. I don't know. I was going to wear this to one of the Sting games, but I knew if I did, when I walk in the media room, like they'd all the guys would be like, "What the? Are you going for Don Cherry here or what?" But I don't care, right?
You know what? You got to be you. And on Twitch, I wear my cape when I broadcast, and my goggles as well. Are they here? No, they're not here.
Put them on. Oh yeah, I wanted to see you with them on.
Oh well, I might get them because I probably need to go on Twitch as well, and make the announcement about the Facebook ads. But
Right.
here's where I'm really hurting for.
Yeah. What's the dilemma?
The dilemma is, I want to expand my business in 2019.
Yeah.
I want to serve a short list of clients who rave about me,
Right.
and I want to scale my business in the class side. So I'm working on a class that I'm going to be offering. It's a pretty big class, but it's not just like videos and good luck. It's videos, hand holding from me, one-on-one from me, group support. There's a lot of things going into this. So knowing that currently I have a live stream schedule of I got a Tuesday and a Thursday and a Wednesdays with Steven, and probably a Fridays on Twitch with Steven, because it's Steven. You get Steven creep. Okay, it's like scope creep, but you just put Steven in there, and he'll just go, but we should really do this, and you can't refuse him.
No, you can't.
Refuse him. So, soon to be having 4 shows a week.
Yeah, that's good though.
It's good, but at what point I don't want it to become counterproductive with being able to be productive with building the bots.
Well, and you make a good point. One of my friends, I don't know if you've ever heard of Ashley Christ. She's her name on Twitch. And actually today I just watched a video of her. She's fantastic. She's all about the positive, and she is about supporting streamers and helping them grow their streams, etc. You should just go watch her on Twitch. Just follow her. And she just put one, I don't know, today or yesterday, about different things you need to do to grow your Twitch in 2019. And it's not just there's so many people out there go, so this is how you do it, right? And no, she's very sincere and truthful about what you need to do. And one of the things she talks about today was that if you want to go live 6-7 days a week, do that. But is that productive? She went partner, and she'd been around since 2013. Then she got out, she went over to YouTube, and then she came back and went partner in partner, not affiliate, partner in 2 months, going live 3 times a week. So there's no cookie cutter, right? I think we all look for that. There are some I can talk to you about consistency and scheduling. Scheduling is a big one. My new stream, I'm kind of refreshing and hit the refresh button, if you will, for Twitch starting January 7th. So I'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, 8:00 p.m.
Okay.
So what's the consistency in that? It's not that I'm going live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's that it's 8:00. If you're going live at 10 in the morning, and then Sunday you go live at noon, and then Monday you go live at 2, and it's hard for people to remember. They just want to remember. So if they remember 8:00, whatever day of the week they go to, chances are I'll be there because it's 8:00. So there's that kind of consistency and stuff, right? I highly recommend checking her out.
Well, and for me, I love the community on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I deeply want to be a part of that. I'm trying to offer different content. As you know, I don't want to do the same thing I do on Facebook because that's dumb. And who would follow me over there if it's just the same stuff?
I don't know if that's. I'm going to disagree with you just a little bit, and I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Just because you're already doing it on Facebook doesn't mean that you wouldn't get you may get a new following on Twitch that's interested in that. And the ones that are already following you on Facebook may not come over, but they may. Give them another option, especially if it's at a different time.
Right.
It's obviously at a different time because you can't be at 2 places at once. I wouldn't throw that out the window. I think there's a lot of room for people. I know for me, I have I got 360 some followers on Twitch. But a few of them are from Facebook, but the majority of them for me have all been newly created relationships. But I don't think that means Steven's a good example. He's had a lot of his people follow him from Facebook and come on over. So, I do get what you're saying, because it's different. It's a little different of an audience, and it's a little different of how you do it. Like, and Steven would disagree with me on this. I believe when you go live on Twitch, you don't just go live for an hour. You need to go live for 3 to 4 hours. You're going live, and you're going to be there for a while. That doesn't mean you can't do a half hour or 1 hour show. I'm just saying that if you go live, like I'm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, starting January 7th, shameless plug, 8 till midnight, 4 hours each time.
And what are you going to do from 8 to midnight?
See, that was the thing. Well, what do you do? So Monday nights I do father versus son. So we play video games, and it's father versus son. So it's me trying to beat the boy at his games, and he's entertaining, and I think I'm entertaining, and we have fun, and people get a joy out of and a kick out of that. We've built some audience there, right? We do that for a couple hours, and then he stops and does whatever homework or whatever he feels like doing. But I will just carry on playing some fun video games, like the old dad trying to learn how to play, right? And people think that's cool that the dad is trying to play. Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, I have a program called Twitch Talk, and basically anything to do with Twitch. If you want to come on and talk about bots, if Brigetti, who's just in the lobby, wants to talk about the water crisis or anything related to Twitch, we can do it. Could be video games, I've got a lot lined up for that, but that's going to be 2 nights. I won't have a problem talking for 4 hours. And if I get bored, I can just pull up a video game and go, well, here's this new thing on Twitch. Let's check it out and just play with it for an hour. It's not, it doesn't have to, I mean, you have to plan your broadcast, but it doesn't have to be as planned as a talk show. Does that make sense?
Well, and there's where I'm kind of slipping a little bit.
Yeah.
There's where I am. Like when I go on to Twitch, I want to teach. I'm going to teach people how to do bots for 4 hours. You know, I'll never stop. I'll never run out of things to say, baby. That's just the way I am. Brigetti's here. Now we're having a party.
Yeah.
Hello. Greetings.
Greetings.
Welcome. Happy New Year.
Thank you. You won't believe it. It's 1 minute to 2019 in South Africa, in Cape Town.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is. It's like counting down. 1 minute to go.
Okay. So we're going to celebrate the new year with Brigetti.
There we are.
So we need So we need a count.
Crazy.
You have to tell us when we get to like 10 seconds then.
Oh, I'm not. Where's my phone? Let me have a look at this is weird, isn't it?
We're ringing in the new year in South Africa, folks.
Well, when I heard about your show, I thought that's a great thing to do. Imagine talking to people all around the world, and we're starting 2019. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's 2019.
Happy New Year, South Africa. Brigetti, Happy New Year to you. Big hug.
Oh my goodness. Virtual hug.
Well, when I talked about it, I talked to myself. I do that a lot about having this show today. Of course, last week was Christmas Eve, right? And the week before that, we were away. So I was saying to RJ, I've never, ever missed a show. So on the 17th, I had to pre-record. Thank goodness for BeLive now having this option. Pre-record my videos, pre-record myself, put it all together, and then created a premiere. Thank you, Facebook. So it looked like I was live. And it was funny because people were coming on and going, how are you in Lafayette and doing this? Well, I'm not really. Anyway, so that was cool. And then with it being Christmas Eve, I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a hold of anybody. And then I jokingly said to myself and my buddies that did join, well, who do I know that has no life today? So I put on my crazy sweater and my buddies joined me. And then I thought, well, for New Year's Eve, I don't write resolutions, but I'm very grateful for a lot of things. I'm very grateful for a lot of people. That's forefront for me. Outside, I'm grateful for you, both of you. I'm grateful for the Stevens and the friends that I've been able to make, the relationships. And I just thought, yeah, I'm just gonna reach out and I reached out to 20, and 5 or 6 showed up, which is what I figured. So I'm glad that you're here, and it is cool that we can do that around. We got Nebraska, we got South Africa, we've had Sarnia, we had Louisiana here earlier. It's very cool.
It is amazing. It is amazing. The last couple of weeks for me, as you know, has been a little crazy. I don't know how best to describe it. It's been trying. With my dad, and then in passing. It's been a year-long struggle, but the last few weeks were particularly hectic.
Sure.
And I was away from home for a couple of weeks and came back, and it's weird, when I first started live streaming, as I always said to people, I started live streaming to save me from myself, because I was going stir crazy. I needed to find something to occupy my mind and my time that allowed me to work around my chronic illness, which, is the back pain that I have.
Yeah.
And live streaming has given me that opportunity to be able to still do what I love, which is giving of myself and doing things for other people. It's just that I can now do that online. And it still makes me incredibly happy to be able to give of myself to people in this way. And, when I got back, I was home after taking care of my dad and his passing. I felt this huge sense of loss and emptiness. And the first thing I thought to myself was, I have to get back into live streaming. And, when you haven't done anything for a long time, like streaming, it did feel kind of weird. I felt a little bit lost, and I felt this overwhelming sense of sadness. And I thought, I have to get over this sadness, because I need to get back into live streaming so I can get back into a more happier space. And I think I agonized for about 3 days about it. I tried a few times and I just couldn't do it. And yesterday, I finally found the emotional strength to go live. And you cannot believe how liberating it felt. It felt really good to do something familiar. And I went live in the Be Livers group. It's a great group. It made me feel safe. It made me feel, you have that sense of belonging. And being able to talk about something that was so close to my heart with a group of people that I was familiar with was amazing.
Yeah. There's quite a support. It's another family, extended family, I guess you could say, right? And because I know, we've been texting and in different formats and stuff. And it's people who are not live streaming don't understand, I guess, probably. Except that I think there's viewers too that even if they don't stream, they're still a part of the live streaming community, right? And I think for some of them, it's we, the broadcasters, are a go-to for a lot of people, and I was talking earlier with Alfonso from Louisiana, and he's a YouTuber, big YouTuber. He wasn't really realizing just the impact that he was having talking about Transformers until we drove my son 1,500 miles to meet him, right? And then that for him was this big impact. And I think there's a certain sense of responsibility. We, the broadcaster, I know I feel a certain responsibility to, well, that's why I do positive. I don't do negative. And just to reach out to people I consider friends, even though we've never met in person. Brigitte, you're a friend. To send you hugs and love, right? And I mean, we're doing it through a camera, but at the end of the day, we're people doing what we love, and we're just people. Right.
I know it's amazing that we can be a million miles apart and we still have this amazing connection with each other in the live streaming community. It's a strange thing, but it's a great thing. It's you get that warm fuzzy feeling when you see each other online. It's like these are my people.
Well, and I did over Christmas, and I know you don't celebrate Christmas. I know that, but I mean, still, it's a holiday time for you. I was thinking about you guys. I'm like, oh, I wonder what RJ's up to, and I wonder what Steven's up to, and I wonder what, and even sitting talking with my wife Jennifer, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, she's like, oh, isn't that funny, like how like they're a part of your life. And I go, well, yeah. So I'm outside of doing shows with most of you, right? We still chat offline, like off of here, and the relationships that have been created. Yeah. So I kind of go, oh yeah, I wonder what they're up to today. Whatever they're doing with their families and, all that sort of stuff. So it just kind of creeps in on you.
It does.
All of us, right? And anyway, so that's, so for the new year for you then, Brigitte, and I guess, again, Happy New Year to our friends in South Africa. It's a 2019. Do you make a New Year's resolution?
I don't. I've never made New Year's resolutions. But I generally am a very positive person.
Mm-hmm.
I live, it's with my chronic illness, I've always lived a life of gratefulness. I find that when you live positively and you focus on things to be grateful for each and every day, you can overcome almost anything, because you're not focusing on the bad, you're not focusing on the negative. Yeah. In every situation, you try and look for something positive. It just makes life so much easier to live, and you don't allow negativity into your space. And that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I don't allow it either. I have a book here, and I'm going to reveal a secret. A lot of times when I post things on my personal Facebook, people go, oh, I love your words of wisdom. And I have to say, well, those aren't exactly my words. I have a book here. And, it oftentimes does have the author, but if it doesn't, anyway. And similar to what you're saying right now, it's the next one in the book. It says, if you believe you'll fail, you'll be more likely to. So that kind of goes with the whole positive. We've all heard power of positive thinking and all that sort of stuff. And it's hard to be positive all the time, but it can become a good habit on how we react to things. Right. And it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be angry about things. How you're angry. That's angry is an emotion. So you can punch a wall or you can go for a walk. You're still handling the angry, right? So, yeah. RJ, for you, what about the future for you? Do you have? I know you don't make a New Year's resolution, but do you still have hopefulness or things you want to see happen? What's your thoughts for 2019?
Yeah. Well, I don't do resolution, but I definitely do reflection. Yeah. In a year time, I definitely, because you get to spend your time a little bit differently for the last couple of weeks of the year, usually. And so it's given me time to kind of zoom out a little bit and think about, okay, I've got all of these irons and all of these fires. Which ones? Which direction do I want to go now? And so, that has given me what I'm looking forward to in 19. Oh, bots are going to go crazy in 19. They are. I'm going to be right there with you, and I love that. But in the business, I'm looking forward to. I got a marketers cruise I'm going on in the third week of January. That's going to be crazy.
Wow.
So gonna make a lot of new contacts and talk to a lot of new folks. That's good for me. I get real comfortable in my little circle, So that's good. And I'm looking forward to it. And then got a class coming out like we were talking about earlier. And gonna put a lot into that and very, very interactive compared to a lot of, I think, things out there. And so I'm just looking forward to talking about that and developing that. I never want to stay comfortable. I always want to be kind of hacking down new horizons, so
there's no success in your comfort zone, right?
That's right. I mean, it's time to do something new. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Awesome. Well, and as I said, I'm going to be streaming starting January 7th, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, 8:00 p.m. Eastern. The Tuesday and Wednesday night show, and I'll put this out to anybody, but RJ, I don't know if 8:00 Eastern works for you on either Tuesday or Wednesday night, but
no, it'd have to be. I mean, I'd have to sneak in later than that.
Yeah, well, and you can. I'm just saying it starts at 8:00 Eastern and goes till midnight. So
yeah.
It'd be great to have, I mean, if you're 9 or 10 o'clock, if I know you're coming, always helps. But I mean, you can pop in anytime you want. But I think those nights, if they work for you at all, I'd love to have you join and talk about bots, even if it's for 15 minutes. That's cool.
I'd love it.
Yeah, we'll put it on the calendar. And I'm excited to one of the, and again, it's not a resolution, but I have told myself I need to start using bots more in the field. I'm probably looking. I want to say about February, March is probably when I'll attack it a little more commitment to attacking it, I guess I should say. I don't do the resolutions either. I like to reflect. I like having these kind of conversations, these kind of shows. I'm looking at changing a bit of the format of my community show up a little bit. I'm not 100% sure what that'll look like. I always like to invite guests, in advance, and especially people in the community. But what I found too is it's not always convenient for them. And because I used to on my recorded show, I went out into the community, right, and took the microphone and and it was only about a 2-3 minute interview. I've stopped doing that, and I think I need to go back to doing that. Because even though I do a 1 hour show, typically almost 2 hours here today. To go out and do the 2-3 minute interview, I can still throw those in thanks to Be Live now as a recorded interview. I can get more content into my 1 hour. Depends who's on. I give everybody 15 minutes to talk. Some have no problem filling it. Others, they only need about 5 minutes. So, and it gets me back out into the community more instead of just doing it all here from my studio, right? I need that belly to belly connection still. So I think that's something. And I do have a bit of a new show logo, so I changed it up. So those kind of things are the things I go, okay, we're going to freshen things up a little bit here. But it's the worst time of year to quit smoking. I tell people, if you're going to quit smoking, do not do it New Year's Eve. Just decide when there's certain things you don't have to wait for New Year's. Just do it.
Yeah.
Draw the line in the sand and go, okay, here's what I'm doing. And I think things like quitting smoking or whatever else, whatever bad habits you have, it's not so much as getting rid of the bad habits all the time. It's about creating new habits that you don't even have. Mm-hmm. Right? That's where my focus goes.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, as well as, reflections are good, because if you don't take time to take stock and reflect, you can't grow. You'll become stagnant. But it's only upon reflection that you can figure out what worked, what didn't work, what could you do better, or what could you do smarter. You get that learning from reflecting. So I really do agree with both of you. Reflections are good for us. Yeah. Because otherwise we don't really know where we are at, or we don't know what to change or adjust or to grow.
And reflection makes for a great show. And I'm almost 2 hours in, which is fine. It's typically a 1 hour show, but this is kind of what I was hoping for. Like, some people couldn't be here right away. Some people had trouble figuring it out, whatever. We've got people from all over the world that have joined us here today, and we're still going. And I don't have any plans till about 8 o'clock. We're going over to some friends, and we're having, I don't know. Well, beer is going to be involved for me. I'm not going to lie. But we're taking over some of our records. He has a record player. There's only going to be about 6 of us, and we're all taking some of our records. We're going to play some records, what we like, K-Tel presents top 20 hits. Anyway, and karaoke is going to be involved.
Nice.
And who knows what else? We might play games with, hang on. There. Before I say Alexa's name, I had to mute her. Yeah. We might play a New Year's Eve party game with Alexa. Who knows? I have an Alexa problem. I have 4 in my house.
Tell me about that.
Oh, wow.
It's a problem. I want one more, but Jennifer's like, "Are you kidding me? No." Why do
why do you have so many?
Well, actually, the one of my friends that's joining us New Year's Eve tonight, it's his fault because he has 2 in his house. And we went over one night, and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been looking at, and he's like, "Oh, I have one." Oh, so he gave me this demonstration. I'm like, "How much is it?" Well, they were $59 but they've been as cheap as $29.99 on Amazon at Christmas and stuff. Anyway, I paid, I think, $39 for my. So I have one right here in front of me in the studio. And Jason's studio is right behind this wall here, and that's his bedroom and studio, kind of all through there. So I gave him one for I forget what reason. And then there's the living room on the main floor, and then we have our bedroom is on the top floor. They work as intercoms too. So Jennifer doesn't. You can say, okay, she has a client right now, but maybe we'll pick on Jason. Alexa, drop in on Jason.
Jason basement, right?
Right. Hey, buddy, are you there? Don't swear at me. We're live.
Pardon?
We're live, so don't swear at me. I'm giving a demonstration of a drop-in. Oh. Cool. Say Happy New Year, South Africa.
Happy New Year, South Africa.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Love you.
Yeah, love you too.
Alexa, hang up. Alexa, hang up. There you go. He'll swear at me later. He's good at playing along. So there you go. It's an intercom. So Jennifer doesn't have to yell at me for supper. If you have one, I can call you in South Africa.
Okay.
When you have the app on your phone, and then you give me permission, you have to. It's like a Facebook friend. You got to give me permission. But I could say right now, Alexa, call Brigetti, and it would just go Echo Dot to Echo Amazon. Echo Dot is what it's called. It would just go Amazon to Amazon.
Wow.
Wow.
So
okay.
cool.
So I need to get Alexa in my house, and I likely am going to probably need 4 as well.
There you go. And you can say let's try Alexa, let's play music trivia.
Welcome to the new music trivia. I will ask you 6 questions. Try to get as
Can you
many
guys
right
hear
as
that?
you can. Just say the number of the answer. Let's begin. Question 1. Who wrote the song Leaving on a Jet Plane? 1. Paul McCartney. 2. John Lennon. 3. John Denver. 4. Barry Manilow.
3. John Denver.
That answer is correct. Your score is 1. Question 2. Dave Grohl started what famous band after the death of Nirvana's frontman Kurt Cobain? 1. Queen. 2. All American Rejects. 3. Talking Heads. 4. Foo Fighters.
Alexa, repeat the question.
Question 2. Dave Grohl started what famous band after the death of Nirvana's frontman Kurt Cobain? 1. Queen. 2. All American Rejects. 3. Talking Heads. 4. Foo Fighters.
4. Foo Fighters.
Your answer must be a number between 1 and 4.
4.
That answer is correct. Your score is 2. Question 3.
Alexa, stop.
Goodbye. Because you played music trivia, Amazon recommends another popular knowledge and trivia skill called Feel the Pressure. Do you want to give it a try?
No. Alexa, sing me a country song.
Who, me? I couldn't. I hit it. Well, my Wi-Fi left me, and I'm out in the rain.
Alexa, stop. I don't know if you caught that. The country song, My Wi-Fi Left Me. Well, my Wi-Fi left me, and I'm out in the rain. Yeah. So fun with I thought of I might do a show called Fun with Alexa.
Yeah. Well, while you're at it, my friend, shameless plug. Subscribe to the Bot Signal flash briefing.
Oh, you can do that on Alexa?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
You just get it through your app. Yeah, just search for the Bot Signal through your Alexa app, and it'll come up.
Okay, I go, and I'm not keeping you guys, right? Stick around as long as you want. Allow. Okay. And I want to do I don't have my stupid glasses. The blue glasses. Brigetti, by the way, you're the only one who never has not commented on my jacket. Thank you.
It looks great. Your jacket looks great. I mean, you're so coordinated this evening. You look really swish, I must say.
You're 1 in 7. Even RJ was making fun of me.
No, just really gelling with that presentation, especially now that you've got the glasses.
Don't pack pedal with me. So, what do I want? Routines? What do I want?
You want flash briefings.
I don't.
Or you could just search for the Bot Signal.
How do I do that?
If there's search bar.
Add device, lists, reminders and alarms, contacts, routines, things to try, skills and games.
Could be skills and games.
Okay, let's try that.
I don't think I have my phone here, or else I would.
Sorry, it's called what? Bot?
The Bot Signal.
Oh, the bot.
Instead of the Bat Signal.
Never would have guessed.
RJ, what does your message say behind you? My eyesight's really bad. I'm trying to figure out what it says.
It says get glasses. Live your dream. Get better glasses. I wonder. Yeah. So it didn't work there. That was skills and games. Things to try. What's new? Amazon Music skills. Add skills.
I really need to get in on the Alexa thing. It's not something I looked into. I mean, so many people I know have got one, but now you've really tickled my fancy, telling me that I can use it as an intercom. That kind of just sold me on the whole thing.
I can't find it. I don't know. I'll have to spend some time on it.
Yes, we will spend some time together, David Burrows.
Let's do that. Let's do that. But yeah, you can have a lot of fun with Alexa. And here's the thing: if you're just going to use it for, like, I have one, like I say, in our bedroom, but it's beside my bed or my side of the bed, and I listen to my local radio station. So I say, Alexa, play CHOK radio, and then it finds it on TuneIn and plays it. So if I wanted to listen to a radio station where you live and I know it, I can just tell Alexa to do that.
So does Alexa learn your voice? Does it respond to only your voice?
No, you can set it up to do that. But no, like when I go to my buddies, I can say, Alexa, play Spotify. You can play Spotify list, whatever. Yeah. But you can do that. In the app, you can give permissions to family members, etc. Like we all have access, but I forget how that works. But it typically recognizes anybody's voice when you say Alexa, because we're all in the same house. We all use it, right? So, and I can go. I have appliances. I have special light bulbs, but that I can turn on and off via Wi-Fi, and I have electrical outlets. Alexa, turn studio off.
Okay.
So all my lights just went off, right? Alexa, turn studio on.
Okay.
My wife would kill for that. She would just love that.
We have the other cool thing is, so I have the porch light, our porch light here, which can be different colors. So at Christmas time, you can say, what's her name? Make the porch light green, which Jennifer likes that one. But I have it set so that our Christmas tree is on an outlet, so I can tell her to turn it on and off. I can set it a schedule so it comes on at a certain time and turns off at a certain time. I can also set it so that it knows the sunrise and sunset times in my area. And I can set that particular light to be turned on at sunset and turn off at sunrise. And it's pretty slick. That's pretty slick. Nice. And you too can have all this fun for only $49.99. Go to Amazon.ca. Not affiliated or associated with any production or sorry. Okay.
Do not taunt Happy Fun Ball.
Right. So but if you're just going to use it to go, oh, play me music, which some people do, don't waste your money. Come on.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, just send me the $40. And I'll tell you.
You can get another one, right?
What's that?
So you can get another one.
Right. Yeah. I'll put one in the bathroom. Now you look at me funny, but hear me out on that one for a minute. I remember back. RJ's like, what's he got? Back in the 80s when we didn't have cell phones and stuff. And my father put one, the toilet we had, you sat down and there was a bit of a wall right in front of you. And think about this. How many times back in the 80s or previous to that, did you ever go to the bathroom and you no sooner sat down, got comfortable to do your business, and the phone rang? Right? So my dad put a corded phone right there so you could, hello? Now, of course, you tried not to make any noises while you were talking on the phone, but he did. And you know what else he had? He used to have a phone on each side of him and his wife's bed. There was one on his side, one on her side. Why would you do that?
Wow.
If somebody called you and I answered the phone and it was for his wife, he would have to stretch the phone all the way across him, keep him awake. Or he could say, honey, pick up your phone, hang up his phone, and go back to sleep. That's my father, folks. That's his logic. That's where I get some of it.
Wow.
Yeah. So put an Alexa in your bathroom, and I just said Alexa, so she's going to say what? She's ignoring me now. So, Jennifer could tell me supper's ready.
Well, yeah, I've actually looked into writing some Alexa skills.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're very much like bot sequences. Very similar thing that you go through to write a skill. And you can do it on a piece of software called Storyline.
Oh, okay.
So getstoryline.com is the software, and it's free.
I like free.
Yeah, like free, and you can write your very own skill. And if you are good at writing skills, you can earn money from them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like
very nice. Very nice.
So when my cloning machine starts operating again, my clone will be doing Amazon skills as well.
Wow. Well, I'm excited to. I gotta find the. I'm looking for. I gotta find the bot signal. That's. I'm interested to see what you do with that. I get people sending me Happy New Year to my messenger, my Facebook Messenger. And they're all like, let's see if we can keep this going. Forward this to all your friends and da-da-da-da. And at Christmas time, I got snowball fight has started. Forward to all your friends. Just so you know, folks, I appreciate the Happy New Year. I don't forward anything like that. I just don't. Or am I just old fashioned and that's the new way you wish somebody Happy New Year is you send it to their Facebook? I don't know. I don't reply to them.
Yeah, I get flooded with those as well, and I'm also not into forwarding messages of that kind. at all. You know,
I've gotten 5 in the last 3 minutes.
Wow.
Do not disturb. Where's that button? There it is. Okay. Sorry.
I think it's like receiving a chain letter.
Yes, that's what that's what it's reminiscent of to me as well. You know, like a chain message. It's not, you know, it's different if someone sends you a personalized message, and it was well thought out. That's a different story. But to get these things and, you know, forward it and don't break the circle and yada yada yada, not into that.
Moving on.
It's okay with you wishing me yeah. Well, it's completely impersonal too, right? I mean, I know there's some modernization to it, like this is how we send Happy New Year, but my phone number's out there, folks. Send anyway. I don't know, call me. But I don't mind those Happy New Year's and Merry Christmases. If you type it out and go, hey, I just wanted to say Happy New Year to you and Jennifer and Jason and the family. You took the time to type that out and do it instead of just forwarding me a flashy gift thing that says Happy New Year. The ones I really don't like, and honestly, people are not thinking when they forward these, is I've seen the one where, can you forward this 8-ball to create awareness for men's prostate cancer or something to do with cancer, whatever. Press and hold and click forward to send all your friends. Don't do it. It's a hack. The other one I got was something about, I just got a new friend request from you and blah, blah, blah. And I think you've been hacked. And so they go on and on and on. And they got that from somebody else. It says in there, you created a new, read carefully, folks. If you're getting that from somebody that you didn't get a friend request from, but they're saying they just got a new friend request from you. Hello.
Stop.
Stop. That's how they're hacking you. When you forward that, you're getting hacked. And that's, anyway, just think, or when an angel gets its eye.
Oh, I will unfriend you if you send me anything like that.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna Facebook RJ.
Oh,
and I'm gonna say, if you forward this, forward this, and you will get $1 million in the next 3 days. Hello, McFly. Hello,
McFly.
But it reminds me, there's a lot of stupid people in the world. I was watching Judge Judy, and don't laugh because I'm watching Judge Judy. I typically don't watch Judge Judy. It popped up on YouTube, right? You know, from watching other stuff, whatever. And my wife and I, we started watching a couple hours of it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, why are we watching this? Good for Judge Judy making so much money off stupid people. There's a lot of stupid people out there, and she's dealing with them. Good for her. She found a way to make a good living.
Yes, she has. Yes, she has.
And I love Judge Judy, but I just think the same people keep coming through that door. It's like a revolving door of money. Anyway. Okay, what I'm going to send RJ here, I'm going to send her a message.
I see my future brother-in-law is watching with us. Hello, John. How are you? Just wanted to shout that out. We're talking about reflection and New Year's stuff and things we hate getting on Facebook Messenger. It's true. I mean, I tell people with bots all the time, you cannot send an impersonal. You just can't. I mean, you will get, people will smack you for that. And yeah, I've gotten to quite a few of those today. Not as many as some of you have, but I've gotten quite a few of those today as well. It's like, you know, I know when you took the time to type out my name, and I know when you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, I'm a little guilty of copy and paste. Like when I sent out all of this to all of you to say, hey, just by the way, I'm doing a show today, and if you want to pop in. But I do that part short and sweet and generic. but I still take the time to type your name. Like I'll go, hello, RJ. And then I'll hit the copy and paste and go, I'm doing a New Year's Eve show if you want to stop by. Like, I guarantee you both got the same message, but I typed hello and your name first before I did it. So at least you recognize.
That makes a difference. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Because when I invite my guests to my weekly show, I do have a copy and paste format, and I just have to change the guest link, the Facebook where to watch link, and then the agenda. But then I copy and paste that and say, okay, folks, here's the instructions for joining the show, etc. But other than that, I don't.
Well, that's being smart. I mean, if the routine is generic, keep that bit, but personalize the important parts.
At least they know there's still somebody at the keyboard. Same with when I make a new friend on Facebook. I say, oh, thanks for connecting with me. And then I say, I talk for a little bit. And then I say, would you mind, is it okay if I send you all my social media links for you to check out and possibly follow? Would you be okay with that? And they go, yeah, sure. And I say, okay, I'll copy and paste that now.
Yeah.
And then I have all my list and thank you for whatever I put. And then I send it to them. But they don't go, oh, he's copy and pasting. They go, oh, well, he asked and he said he was going to do that. So there's some realism to it anyway. Let's do a show on that.
I think we should. I mean, I think that people forward this and receive $1 million. You wrote that. Send that to me.
Yeah, but I want to see you forward it. Forward it to 1 million people.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, no, I think that transparency stuff. I think that we're going to see, my greatest hope for 2019 is that all of this mass influencer and, people who have paid a lot of money for their followers and all of that kind of stuff. I hope to see that start to go away in favor of micro influencers who are a little closer to their community. Like I read the Hootsuite published an article, I think it was a couple weeks ago, but they were talking about, trends and stuff and people valuing honesty and transparency because the blast mentality that we have that has been beaten into our heads. The more numbers you have, the better you'll do. Listen, people, this is not about, it's not a resume. Okay. We don't have to blast it to everything that we know. We get an opportunity to make a connection with people that we meet. And it's my hope that 2019 will start to figure out that connection part rather than the add numbers to our list part.
You make a good point there. I mean, I've even I've been giving some consideration. I use a platform called Restream. So I use a custom RTMP when I broadcast, and what it does, I can connect my Facebook, my YouTube, and there's 60 different platforms, so that when I go live, it takes it and rebroadcasts it live everywhere. And I used to go live to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. Then when I became an affiliate to Twitch, it's in their policy, and it's also in Facebook policies. You cannot multi-broadcast when you go live on Facebook or when you go live on Twitch. And even on Twitch, when you become an affiliate, once your live is complete, you're not to share that content or repurpose that content to anywhere else until after 24 hours.
I did not know that.
Read the TOS, folks. So, and in the beginning of it, and it's a service I pay for, I thought, oh, well, I'll go live everywhere. I'll go live everywhere. There's all these eyes are going to see me. Oh, I'm going live everywhere, right? That was the thinking. And then as I got, so I stopped going live on Twitch and YouTube. I don't go live on YouTube when I go live on Facebook because I have repurpose anyway. Yeah. So when I put that hashtag in there, when I'm done live, it uploads it to YouTube for me anyway. So I don't need to I'm really just duplicating myself. I don't go live on Twitch because I'm not supposed to. So now I just go live to Facebook and Periscope or Twitter. But now I'm thinking, I'm just going to go live to Facebook. Like I use that for when I do my Sting games. So when I go live the audience sees it. I think I'm going to cancel the service, quite honestly, and just go live on Facebook with my Sting games, and then I can share the link myself, which while I'm sitting there watching the game, I can be doing all of that, right? Yeah. So and save myself $20 a month.
Yeah, and
it's more real. I tell people, if you are on Instagram, there's a button there that says automatically share it to your Facebook and your Twitter and wherever else. I think Tumblr it lets you, whatever. I recommend you do not do that. Don't do it. Ignore those buttons, because people know, because it says posted via Instagram. So they know if they go to your Instagram, your Facebook, and your Twitter, it's all identical content. Why do you want to duplicate yourself? Well, more people see it. No. I have 26 Twitch followers, and I made affiliate, and I can make partner. I've seen people on Twitch who have about that make partner and have about 15 to 25 concurrent viewers out of that number, because they're fans. Right. And I've said this before. I wish they would change the name of follower to fan, because I have, 3,889 people, friends on Facebook, on my personal. But how many? So why don't I get more views? Because they're all followers. They're not all fans.
Right.
I'd sooner have a fan than a follower. Sure, sure. Great. I got Burrows has got 3,889. Good for him. Whatever. What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Right? Like, I connect with everybody until you give me a reason or piss me off that I block you. So I have no problem being your friend. But they don't all watch my show. So what does it mean? So I'd sooner have a fan than a follower most days. And people get caught up in the Twitch world in follow for follow, which is, hey, you follow me and I'll follow you back. Got you. And some people have built some thousands of numbers. I did that for about 2 days when I first got going back into Twitch, and I've had an account for like 2 years. And when I really got active again, I went, wait a minute, what are you doing? You take your own advice, dummy. What are you creating here? You're not creating any relationships. So I went back, honestly, and said to many of the folks that I follow, say, listen, I know we did follow for follow. Just so you know, I'll be checking out your channel. If it's not of interest to me, please don't take offense. It's just not of interest to me. And I'm okay if you unfollow me because of the same reasons. But if you do like what I'm doing, I encourage you to keep following me.
Well,
got a lot of unfollowers.
But nothing beats the personal touch, because then, as you said, if you get a fan, you've got a fan for life, because they're there because they want to be. I really like the way that you described that, and it kind of nutshells what we're looking for as live streamers.
Yeah, well, we've all, and I know it's a repeating conversation, but it's relationships, people. Like, if I go out, like, who do you want to hang out with? You want to hang out with the people who you like and you build a relationship with, and like, if you play hockey, you hang out with people who play hockey, probably as part of your life. I'm saying that's all of it. If you, I guarantee you, as an ex-smoker, I have less friends that smoke now. I still talk to those people, but they're acquaintances. They weren't really, they were, if I went to the bar to have a couple of beers and I went outside to have a smoke with them, I might still go to the bar to have a couple of beers, but I am not going outside with you. So I'm not talking to that person. It doesn't mean that I don't like them or anything. It just means I'm not smoking. If you still want to be stupid and smoke, that's fine. But, you know what I mean? We become who we surround ourselves with, right? I guess what we get to. It's the same thing in the Twitch world. It's the same thing it's the same in the live streaming world. Is I have 3,889 acquaintances, but I only have a few fans, right? So I think the problem with well, it's not a problem, but I think what holds people back from it and Twitch sometimes when they do the follow for follow is they don't want to take the time.
Right.
It takes time to sit in somebody's stream.
I just want to be famous on Twitch. I don't want to spend any time here. Yeah.
Yeah. Just look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. No. You're not Ninja. You're not Shroud. Maybe you will be someday, but you got a long way to go. And don't think that way anyway. Just do what you love. Talk about what you love. Play the games that you. I see guys play games, and I'm like, this guy doesn't even like this game. So why are you playing it?
There's no fun in that.
Right?
Crazy.
I don't. My son likes to play Fortnite. I get it. When we do our stream, father versus son, he wants me to play Fortnite, and I go, no. Everybody's playing. I go, I want to play Black Squad, or I want to play golf with your friends, and he humors me, and he does, because I eventually humor him, and we play 30 minutes of Fortnite. So it's basically him kicking my ass for 30 minutes in a fun sort of way, right? But that's fine. But I don't want to. I told him, and we had this conversation. I do not want to play Fortnite for more than 30 minutes. I don't enjoy it. I know you're going to kick my butt, and I'm not interested. It doesn't turn me on. So why do I want? Yeah. Anyway, you guys get the point there.
Listen, I've got to run. It's past my bedtime here.
Well, yeah. Thanks for sticking with us, and we were able to celebrate New Year's early here in Canada and the United States. So happy New Year to you, Brigetti. And I wish you a fresh, nice new start there for 2019.
Thank you. And I wish both of you a great evening. Whatever you're doing, have fun. Be safe.
I'm not driving anywhere, I'll tell you that.
Okay, it was lovely spending some time with both of you.
Right. Thanks, Brigetti. All the best, then.
Thank you,
Take care.
Bye. Brigetti's awesome. I'm so glad she popped in. I invited her earlier, and she wasn't sure, so I forgot that was going to be. That was kind of cool that we rang in the new year already with Brigetti in South Africa.
There you go, baby. The magical live streaming, baby.
That's right. Wow, look at that. 2.5 hours of a show. See, when you get the right people around you, we could do this for hours.
We can do this for. It reminds me of Blab a little bit.
Right? Hey, I know. Well, and going back to Twitch, I would say Twitch is closer to Blab than Facebook Live is.
So much closer.
Yeah.
So much closer. And that's what's really drawing me to it. It's just, I need to, I went on, it was probably a couple weeks ago now, because I, took some time out there, but I went on and I was explaining something. I was explaining how to do something for a bot.
Okay.
And that was okay, but I got through with that show, and I kind of felt like I hadn't really connected with anyone, that I was spending so much time teaching that I wasn't really connecting with anybody. And I know that, it was one of my first couple of shows. I mean, nobody's going to judge, but I really want to find what's going to be, what's right for the platform. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to do a bunch of experiments and throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. But, if maybe it's playing, actually playing games or something like that, which would be odd for me. I mean, I don't spend any time doing any of that stuff. I'll watch somebody else, but I don't play any myself. I don't have
so don't.
Right. But it seems to be on Twitch. It's the casual stuff that works best.
Oh yeah. I mean, but I don't know how much you've checked out, like, say, for example, like there's talk shows and podcasts, but there's also a one called Just Chatting, and there's a difference. Talk shows and podcasts. This would be talk show and podcast.
Yeah.
Just Chatting is typically one person, and they're just talking to the audience. They're just talking. Oh, I'm talking about this, talking about that. So and it's okay to be in more than one category. You just change, if you're playing games, then you tell the category of the game you're playing. And while you're still live, if you switch over to just talking by yourself, then just change your category while you're live. do more than one category while you're live. Just put it yourself in the right category.
I'm gonna need to book some Twitch time with you so you can show me how to do all this fabulous stuff.
Sure. Well, I know Steven and I want to like we were talking about a Udemy course with Be Live to Twitch, but we didn't really start anything because there's going to be a lot of new stuff coming. So we didn't want to build something and then go, oh, that's outdated already.
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah, well, that's part of Twitch Talk. How do we do this? How do we do that? I'm okay with that. Maybe that's I've been looking for my first topic, so maybe that's I got to plan some of that out. But yeah, no, it's one of those things. It's simple to do once you know how.
So let me ask you this. So if I were doing some really differing things, would that be okay?
Yeah.
Like if I was planning for a Dungeons and Dragons game,
yeah,
that would be okay.
Why not?
Because I'm so trained on offer something of value, offer something of value, offer something people are interested in.
You are the value. And here's the thing. Not everybody likes Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
You only care about the ones that do.
Yeah.
Just if you want to play Dungeons and Dragons, and there's a spot out there for that. If you want to play Dungeons and Dragons, play Dungeons and Dragons. If you want to play Fortnite, play Fortnite. If you want to play, like, whatever you want to do, that's what you do. And there's a category for that, guaranteed. And if you can't find a category for it, just go IRL, which is in real life. That's a category.
I don't think I've ever found that spot where you put the category on.
Well, it's in your. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
David's going to teach me something, everybody.
Well, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to Twitter. Okay, so here we go. Thank you, Be Live, and Happy New Year to all our friends at Be Live, because they're all over the world. They're in Israel and United States. They're all over. Okay, so there's my. So I'm logged in. So I'm going to go to. Do you have a screen pulled up with this? Do you have a second screen that you can do this?
I have 3. Hold on. Let me.
I have 3.
I do.
I didn't get that extra one for Christmas. All right, so pull it up. Let me know when you're there.
Okay.
So then go to your top right where you're logged into Twitch. And click on your name, right?
Yep.
Go down to dashboard and click on that.
Okay, hold on. It is just pulling up. Go to dashboard.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is what I call the back office.
All right.
All right. There's all kinds of goodies and stuff going on here. So right where it'll bring it to, if you look on the left under dashboard there, it'll say live.
Yep.
And then over here it says title. So this is, it's your title.
Okay.
So Happy New Year. We're doing this or whatever. And then right below that is your go live notification. Okay. And what the go live notification is, when you go live, your followers that have followed you will get a notification up on their screen. RJ has gone live. And then your message. And that can be, we're talking bots today. Come on by. It can be, come help me out. Whatever you want that caption to be, so that it attracts them to go, oh, I better click on that. That's what the go live notification is. And then right below it, category. Okay.
So what if you always go live from the Be Live interface, though?
You should go into your back office first. You go into this dashboard first before you go live with Be Live, because, and I think they've changed it a little bit, that when you go live talk show for Twitch Be Live, I think they've added in a section where you can type in your category now.
Really? Okay, well, let's bring that screen up, shall we? We're just learning all kinds of things today.
So there's, but you see, if you do it here first, like there's a category for Dungeons and Dragons. So there it is. And now they've added tags. So if you're, say, playing with viewers, there you go. There's a hashtag. But you can just search. They have right? So then you click on update information.
Yeah.
And you're in your categories, etc. Right?
Interesting. So then you set all that stuff up in your dashboard, and then you pop over to Be Live, obviously.
Yeah, which I'm doing right now as well.
Go Twitch Talk Show.
Yeah.
It does say game category.
Yeah, and that's new.
That is new.
So here's your title. Then pick your game category, and you just kind of type in what you think. But what's missing there, if we go back over here now, is your go live notification.
Okay.
So they haven't added that in yet, but I know they will.
They will.
They will. Yeah. So now your title. Well, let's see what that does. What does this do? Currently on my Twitch channel, I should be doing this on Twitch. And I'm hosting, so I can't tell. Crap. I hate that. I'm hosting somebody else right now, so it's not showing me my category. I wonder if I can go live at the same time I'm live with this. I might be able to because... Okay, let's go. What are we doing? How'd you talk me into this?
I don't know.
I have a second camera, so I might be able to do this.
This is RJ Creep. We started talking with Steven Creep. This is RJ Creep.
There we go. Oh, it wants to let me do that, but I'm going to switch to a different camera just in case. I have another one here somewhere. Test 1, 2, buckle my shoe. See, and this actually what we're doing right now works fantastic on Twitch. This is the kind of thing, if you're talking, just do, oh, well, let's figure it out. Oh, well, okay, well, let me try. Let me see there, RJ. Let's pull that. This is the stuff you want to do on Twitch. Like this is something you can do on Twitch. You can do anything you want on Twitch within the law. So I set that to whatever I set it. Okay, so we're going to go live on Twitch, which I probably should. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. And now I have to wait for it to kick him off and bring myself live. Oh, sorry, Chrome. I'm just sucking the bandwidth here because I'm live here. Jason's live streaming it. It's woo. So there you okay. That answers my question. All right, I'm muted there. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. I'll bring my screen up. So, okay, let's go back here for a second. Look at me, looking at me, looking at me. So when we went live under talk show format, we typed in a title.
Yeah.
What does this do? So what I was trying to see was, does that create your go live notification or just the title of your podcast or whatever you're doing? So what it does, it changes. If you see right at the bottom here, it puts the title down there. So it's not doing the go live notification. So you still want to do that in your back office first.
Okay.
So you can go in. So, okay, I'm going to end that just so we don't. Bye, Twitch. Get out of there. All right. My buddy Andor is going, what's he doing?
Dave Burrows is live. Merry Christmas show 14 seconds ago.
Yeah. So that's what the new tweet. I've got a lot of things set up here. So back in the dashboard. So that's what I have here in, Merry Christmas show. That was the go live notification. So I could just, but you see how it changed it here automatically in the title section. So when you do that on Be Live, it does it here in your back office. So me, what I do is I just go in, I do the title here. I do whatever my live notification is going to be. When I go into into Be Live talk show, I make sure I type the same thing. Otherwise, it's going to change it. But you still need to set up your go live notification so that when you go live, that people see whatever your message is going to be.
Okay.
Right. So, yeah,
nice.
It's simple. Once you know how.
Yeah.
The more you know.
I was looking for that because it was like, I see other people have that all the time. I've never been able to achieve it myself. Where does that happen? There's a lot to Twitch.
And you can change that when you're live a couple of different ways. If I go back on my channel. Yeah, it thinks I'm still live. Okay, stop. What does this do? I can actually click on that. And that takes you to the talk shows and podcast category, so you can go through and see what other people are doing, like browse through it. But if you go back, if you see over to the right here, there's an edit button. You click edit, and right from there, you can change your title, your notification, your category, and all that right from there. So you don't even have to go back into your back office, right? And then you click update, and it does it from there. Sometimes it takes a couple minutes for it to update it, but yeah. I guess I should just teach this stuff on Twitch.
Well, hey, I think there's a ripe opportunity there because there are people who want to learn.
Well, then I guess I should talk to you more about that, because here's where I'm weak, is taking something like that and monetizing it.
Monetizing it in what way? What are you looking for?
Well, I don't know. You could a Udemy course.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. This is the Twitch thing, is I do know how to monetize it if I just do it on Twitch. This is the kind of thing, if you just do it on Twitch and you teach it, it's an honor system. But if people like what you're teaching them, and you can suggest it throughout your broadcast, say, by the way, folks, please feel free to donate if you're liking the content, or send me bits, or subscribe to my channel for $4.99 a month. They will. They'll click that. That's the Twitch world. They're very constantly sharing bits and donations, etc.
Yeah.
So that might be just something I just do, and that's how you do it, right? So, but I have to. This is outdated. I got to update all that stuff. But so that's probably something I'll just. I'll see. Thank you for showing up, RJ. You just helped me decide something I didn't know I needed to decide. I'll make that a part of my Twitch show, right? I'll say, okay, here's what we're going to do. And the consistency in Twitch can be that we're just going to talk, and we're going to get the chat going out there. That's, people are more engaged in the chat in Twitch than they are in Facebook.
Oh, yeah, huge.
You get them asking questions, and what do you guys want to do? You want to learn about that? Okay, all right, RJ, let's do that. Let's pull that up and see what I can show you here. And then that's how you just, and the thing about that is that's how you're creating relationships at the same time.
Yeah.
You're showing something that you have knowledge about, that you're the expert about, and you're sharing that. It's a little bit different than, probably I'll give you, as you do, a great example. When you do your bot show on Facebook, Black Belt Bots. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting the bots. I still got the bot signal in my head, so I'm confused. You will share some knowledge that somebody could spend some time and go, well, I'll take that. No, I can figure it out, right? Probably. But you also give just enough where you say, if you want to know more, contact me, right? And then let's talk money, right? On that. So you can do that on Twitch for sure, but it's not as necessary, I find. It's just do it. Just share it. And if it's knowledgeable, people come back, and they will subscribe to your channel. They will. Is everybody going to subscribe? Are some people going to get your advice for free? Yes.
Yeah, but if what we're talking about is creating more engagement, then that's the trick. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, not some people are going to get stuff for free. Some people are going to totally copy you and go, I'm going to make $1 million copying this person. And that's, that's just going to happen. Welcome to the internet, people. Any person can copy anything you say or do, but no one can copy you. No one can be, there ain't no second RJ. There can only be one. Okay. Yeah, in the true Highlander style. Yeah. But
you say that about me too.
Yeah. If folks are subscribing though, because they're getting a little bit of value about it, then that's another person that you've made a little bit of difference to, and maybe they're not going to spend a couple of $100 on a class or something. That's fine, but maybe they've got a friend who, that somebody will say something about bots and they'll go, hey, I know a person.
Yeah.
So,
and that's, it's a different way of thinking, right? Compared to newspaper ads or television ads or whatever. When I was doing some advertising, I'm here live on location, and I flash a quick ad up there. That's what people want. The people that were spending money with me to do that wanted. And I'm trying to get away from that. I'm trying to say, look, it's not the same. If you just want me to splatter your logo around, I can do that. No problem. But me mentioning you or me talking with you or you spending 15 minutes on my show, or let's do a 30-minute infomercial, if you will, me interviewing you and talking about your business. That's what you should be paying me to do, because it's there for life. And you've got that, first of all, you got that third party that's kind of endorsing you. And third party always sounds better than coming from you. And you've got that video for life. Share it on all your social media, put it on your website. The show with David Burrows featured us on their show. It doesn't matter that you paid for it. That's okay. So it's a different way of selling. Even compared to Facebook, Twitch is a completely different way of selling, and people are more generous on Twitch.
Well, yeah, they are. I've noticed that, and there are a couple of people that I subscribe to them on Twitch, and I also subscribe to their Patreons.
Right.
Because I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, so and it's such a different platform because it's not about making money. I mean, money can be made, but it's much more open to marketing than Facebook is. Facebook is not, you got to do it Facebook's way or the highway, baby. But like in Twitch, it's so much more, they're so much more generous in giving.
Yeah. I'm just taking a quick local break here. Update for those of you watching. It's currently 4-1. Not in favor of the Sarnia Sting. They're down in London playing right now. This is the battle of the 402. This is we won yesterday in overtime 5-4. Now it looks like the pendulum has swung. So go Sting, go. 4-1 for the Knights. Hope that changes. All right. And on that note, actually, I could keep talking with you, but I don't want to. No, I'm just. I'm ready to. I know that Jennifer started supper, and we're getting ready to go to some friends, and I got to make sure my beer's cold and all that other stuff that I got to get ready.
Priorities, Dave.
And yeah, it's 5-1 now. Crap. Sorry. But it's been a joy, right? Honestly, and if it was another 20 minutes, this would be a 3-hour Facebook show, which is cool, right? So get through the new year, folks. Be safe out there, whatever you're doing. I shouldn't have to tell you that, but we do. It's just a friendly reminder. And thanks to all of my friends. We had John Hollingsworth here from Sarnia, from the comedy group, The Fidgets. We had our MP Marilyn Gladu was here. City Councilor Brian White was here. My son was here. Alfonso was here. Brigetti was here. Please tell me I didn't forget somebody. But all of you were here, and RJ was here. That's fantastic. This turned out way better, even better than I wanted it to. So I'm happy for that. RJ, let's make sure one resolution we do make that we do not break. Let's you and I connect and do more planned out, whether it's Twitch or Facebook or whatever. Let's talk more. And we've been saying that for a while. We're going to do that. Let's do it.
Let's do this, David. It's going to be a great time, as always.
For sure. And Happy New Year to you, and say hello and Happy New Year to your wife for me as well.
I will. Please do the same.
Will do. All right. Thanks, RJ. Take care. Bye. I'm so glad RJ jumped in there because I have not had the pleasure of chatting with her for a while. We used to do it a lot more often, and then she just showed up, which is fantastic. If you want to know more about RJ, RJ Redden on Facebook, and the Black Belt bots. She talks about messenger bots, and she knows her stuff for that. Let me tell you. Listen, I want to thank all of you for coming by here, and I am paying attention. I'm just multitasking. I'm very grateful for all of you coming by all year long, and I've had a pretty good year too. In fact, oops, I'm clicking the wrong buttons. I'm multitasking. Bear with me, folks. Just some things I want to reflect real quick on here before I do go. Some of the things that I've been able to be involved with, and I've had a lot of fun with, for sure. Just a friendly reminder: Heavy Rescue 401, the third season, is coming up in January, and January the 12th here at Sarnia-Lambton at the Donne Club. It's the fundraiser, the third annual fundraiser. Our friends who are stars of Heavy Rescue 401 on the Discovery Channel having a fundraiser to raise money for transitional youth housing here in Sarnia-Lambton. They've already bought a building. They've begun renovations. And if you're here in Sarnia, it's only $30 a ticket to go see 2 episodes of Heavy Rescue 401 before anybody else in the world. They've given us permission to do this exclusively. So I'm excited to be the MC and host for that for Tammy and Gary as well. So check that out. And let's see. So this was, I went for an airplane ride earlier this year, and the B-25 bomber that was here at Sarnia Airport. This was a fundraiser for the Wings Over Sarnia for Pathways. And I was thrilled to be the MC for that. And I got a plane ride in that thing right there. And that's Richard Petty. Not the Richard Petty, as I had some people fooled when I posted that, but his name is Richard Petty. I was excited for that. That was fun. This was recently on our trip. We went down to Alabama. I got to meet some of my online friends as well, which was cool. And then, of course, the reason for the trip in the first place, there's Leo on the far left, and myself and my wife Jennifer, and my boy Jason and his friend Alfonso, and that's his mother Tanya and his stepfather Tracy. They were very, very, very great to us. Jennifer and I had our first anniversary on the Duke d'Orleans. That was a nice day. We went over to the River Crab. Delicious. Wonderful. Oh yeah, that was the Doggy Paddle Beach Fest that I was a part of. And that's a tarantula. Yes, about to climb on me. And look at that face. I was scared. I'm not going to lie. Blue Water Border Fest, which we'll be a part of again this year, along with the Artscape's going to be a part of that. And, of course, the Tall Ship's coming to Sarnia. But I was happy to be the MC for Blue Water Border Fest for the second year in a row. This was the time capsule opening at the local high school here, Skits Auditorium, from 100 years ago. So I live streamed that. That was cool. There I am emceeing the Blue Water Chordsmen at their annual event in April at the Imperial Theater. I'll be doing that again this year, as I'm told. And my friend Matt Hutchison from Lambton College, as we were celebrating that I've been hired to teach live streaming production as a part of the esports and entrepreneurship program. I'm starting that a week away. Wow. That's a lot. So many great things. And of course, I'm always happy to be at the Sarnia Sting. Thank you, Sarnia Sting, for allowing me a spot there to promote. And my friend Dom, that was at March of Dimes event. He's the chair for. It was my 30th year doing karaoke cruises on the Duke d'Orleans. Ken and Sherry and our friend Jim joining us in there as well. 30 years. Wow. I'm old. 11-year-old Liam Henderson from Canada's Smartest Person Junior. He got to the finale night. He did not win, but he's been a big winner to many of us here in Sarnia-Lambton and all across Canada, quite honestly. He's fantastic. He pops by the Sarnia Sting games once in a while. Congratulations, Liam. And what was it? Oh, yes, Rib Fest. That was tourism conference. Boy, I look back. And there's my friend Stephen Healy. We do a weekly show, Conversation with Humor. That's, wow, interesting. This has been a 3-hour show, a 3-hour special episode, New Year's Eve with all of you. And I'm grateful for that. And there's one more time, Alfonso and Jason and Leo meeting for the first time. It's a time of reflection. It's time for resolutions. I don't know. That's up with you. Just make different decisions if you want things to improve and move forward with life. All of you, my friends, thank you so much for your support into 7 years of doing the show now. This is the 44th episode live and 330 before that. So what's that? 374 shows now. Whew. Thanks to all of you, everybody. Have fun. Happy New Year. And I'm looking forward to great new things in the year 2019. And as always, one more final time this year. That's all the time I got for you this year. Have a great week and an even better weekend. And of course, a happy new year. And I will see you next time right here on the show live. Bye for now.